What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing good out there. Uh, Listen, man, it's another Monday. It's dreary. It's rainy, but we here. We got a really good show for you tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the summer league, what's been going on, what we've seen these first couple games, standout players, players that have underperformed and underwhelmed. We're going to talk about the assistant coach search, and we're going to talk about the Knicks going forward. Just kind of what's next. It's a little quiet in New York land, so just what can we expect, and what's next on the horizon for the team, whether it be picking up somebody with that veterans minimum spot, or just making a decision on the last rookie spot, I guess you want to add, because there's some players out there that are fighting for position, and we still don't know what that's going to be yet. There's not a lot of money, and there's not a lot of spots. So it should be a pretty interesting conversation. Everybody stay tuned because we got a good show for you. We got a special guest that I'm looking forward to speaking to again. We always have a good time when we chop it up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Let's go.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go. New team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City uniform, they stay clean. I just caught mine off the Fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, people. Listen, you know what? This is what I don't like. Let me tell you something what I don't like. And this is if anybody does content, let me tell you that we are victims of the platforms that we use. And the platform that I currently use is StreamYard. They have done some really nice things to change the setup. They've made the displays beautiful. They've changed the orientation of everything. They've even given us these things called scenes on the side, so I can have a one-man camera, two-man camera, three-man, four-man, and on Saturdays that's important. Everything else that they have, you can press, and you press it, and it loads up. So it's already there, but it's behind the scenes. So as you got a video playing, you're good to go. Once the video ends, boom, you're right there on camera. Perfect. That's how you're supposed to do stuff. But this scenes thing, as soon as you press it, instead of it loading in the background, it overtakes whatever you got going. I don't like it. I'm going to do it again, folks. One more again.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go. New team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City uniform, they stay clean. I just caught mine off the Fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air. We back at it.
Let's go. Welcome to the show for the very first time. Thank you for tuning in to SKF Weekly. You see it. And I am your man, Ron. My brother John is not here tonight, and Jose is not here tonight. They are dealing with work stuff and really bad weather, trying to get home from whatever they got going on and dealing with family and stuff. So take the night off. I got it. I got a special guest here that's he's new. He's a new part of the family. So I know I'm in good hands. We rocking. Shout out to my guy once again, making like his second or third appearance. I don't even remember anymore, bro. But because we chop it up all the time. I'm on his show. He's on our show. I don't know. Shout out to my guy, Karan, the objective Knick fan in the building.
Man, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on here. This is a great platform. I just love, I'm always, even if I'm not in the chat, I'm listening, especially to the Monday shows. Man, you guys do a fantastic job. So I'm happy to be back.
Appreciate you, my guy. Listen, like I said, man, I always enjoy chopping it up with you. There's a select few that get to come on the show and multiple times, because I feel like you on here once, it's a reason. You've on here twice is a purpose. So, and Karan, like I said, we chop it up all the time, and we chop it up outside of this. So,
Yes.
man, he's family. So appreciate you, my guy. Man, what's up to the chat? Hope you guys are doing well. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. Shout out to real quick, because you know the thing is the fun thing about the shows is like when I'm just working on the show and getting everything ready, the show ain't even happening yet, and there's already people putting comments in the chat, getting queued up. Shout out to Walter Blackman. He said good afternoon, Ron and John. That's how early his comment was, guys. Appreciate you, Walter.
Early bird.
Yeah. Thibs wasn't right to shelf out rookies. How are they supposed to get experience sitting on the bench and only playing 3 minutes in garbage time? Okay, I hear you. Shout out to Andios in the building. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you. You know, Andios always got to hit you with the words, man. Knicks fans, if you're loving the content, make sure to give the like button a click, subscribe to the channel, relax, and soak in the experience, man. Appreciate you, Andios. And as always, guys, go follow Andios on Instagram. Go show him some love, man. Shout out to JJ in the building. Appreciate you, JJ. JJ's not happy with Kolek. He says he's hot garbage right now. So okay, JJ, I hear you. He said he can't dribble, he can't shoot, can't get by defensive pressure, super unathletic, not an NBA player, can't get right, can't win with them, can't do it, cannot do it. Damn, JJ. All right. Okay. Shout out to Miguel P in the building, member of the SKF Army. Says salute to SKF, Andios, NYK in the chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to Lena Franklin in the building. Let's go, Lena. Said, what up, you guys? I know we lost 2 games in the Summer League, but tomorrow we play against Brooklyn. I agree, Lena. Good to see you. Crim's dad in the building, straight off of his appearance on Karan's show, The Objective Knicks Fan. He said Karan gets the smoke of the week. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's mad because he didn't get it on my channel.
I got you. Good to see you as always. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Shout out to Kareem Grant, another member of the SKF Army. Salute to you, my guy. Appreciate you. Hope you and the family are good. And not for nothing, Kareem, we haven't chopped it up in a minute, man. I need you to come on the show so we could, you know, get on the panel so I can see you, because I'm used to seeing you in person at some event, and there hasn't been any events for us to pop up together. So I hope you're doing well, my guy. Shout out to Kerry Cox in the building. Salute, Kerry. Good to see you. Prezi the boss is here. Salute. He said, Ron the Teflon Don, SKF Army, stand up like Luda. Hulk, smash that like button. Let's get those subs to 8K. Pew, pew. Word to Big L. Fast. Shout out to Coach Sias 617. What up, Coach? He says, what's up to Karan as usual. You know, Coach is a good dude.
He's great.
Yeah, he is. Darlene Brian is in the building. Let's go, Darlene.
Salute, Darlene.
Appreciate you. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the L, should I say. L, damn it, in the building. Pew, 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 pew. What up, L? Good to see you. Says salute to the chat tonight's host. Pew, pew. There you go. All right. Just wanted to show love to everybody. Shout out to Craig in the building. What up, Craig? Danny Landis in the building. What up, Danny? Good to see you, my guy.
Salute, Danny.
No Cap Life analyst in the building. I said last year's Rokas was our most promising Summer League player. He did look good. It's not a lie. Folks had on their NYK shades. It was glazing our latest draft pick when it comes to Kolek. Okay, I hear you, No Cap. Shout out to Deron Wayne, another member of the SKF Army. Said good evening. What up, Deron? And shout out to my guy Bagger Jones in the building. What up to Giannis? Saw the Objective lives earlier, but didn't get full info currently at work. Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah. And shout out to Cardiac Knicks in the building. Salute, Cardiac. Also, shout out to anybody who may be tuned in on Facebook, on X, or on YouTube. Smash the like button if you can. If you can't, share it out to your peoples and friends. Let them know we rocking. I'm here with Karan of the Objective Knicks fan in the building, so the conversation is going to be good. We're going to get it started a little bit, but I just wanted to do something real quick. This is I like to let the Knicks fans see something. Just you know, we get a little twisted sometimes. Hold on, let me get y'all right. Give me a second. Let me get you right. Hold on. Let's go with this. Yeah, there we go. Let me make sure there's no sound. We don't need no copyright stuff.
Oh no.
No. Yep. Let's get right. Y'all must have forgot.
Exactly.
I don't like this. It's not Oh wait, hold on. Let me rewind this. Let me see if it moves a little better.
Yeah.
It's moving too slow. Okay, that's better. Nah, it's rotten, yo. I don't know. Could be the weather. I don't know. Well, let's see. Let me see how it looks over here. Yeah, it looks a little stuttery.
But you can kind of see it a little bit.
Yeah, but you know who we're looking at, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Let me blow it up. Mm-hmm. This is Tyler
Looking like
Kolek,
a point guard to me.
This is oh, that's Rokas. Don't worry about him. But yeah, look at this guy. Look at him knocking down a shot.
Looking like a point guard.
Yeah. This is last year's summer league, by the way. And I want to show you guys, the reason why I'm doing this is not just to show highlights of Kolek. It's also to show you, do you see a difference in where the Knicks are on the court this year as opposed to last year's summer league? Look at the spacing. You see guys have space. There's no spacing in this year's summer league. I don't know what we're doing. I'll continue later though. Look at the passing. Woo-wee, let's go, Kolek.
Crisp.
Look at, it's confidence. It's also running plays and creating space for opportunities. I mean, that's wide open. Now, that's bad defense, don't get me wrong, but you just see the difference in how they're moving.
Yep. Facts.
Out to Kolek. Oh, he's going to shoot.
There's also some players in this video, too, that's no longer with the team that was some really good players.
You don't know. I've been calling for Dwayne Washington Jr., man. The only dude who can hit a three.
I see Scap in there, too. Scap was putting in that work. Pick and roll.
Look at the passing.
Excellent.
It wasn't bad, y'all. I mean, how quickly we forget. I'm just saying. All right, you got a little look at it. You got a little look at it. Hold on. Let me get back to this. There we go. Oh wait a minute. Hold on. But there's more. Wait. One more second. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta show you a little bit more, just real quick, because y'all get it twisted. Y'all like, nah, but that's summer league, Ron. That ain't really nothing. Know what I mean? When he be playing against athletic players, guys his stature are better. He don't look like that. Oh, I hear you. Hold on. Let's look a little NBA action.
But he played in the NBA game, Ron? Wow.
Yeah,
I thought he was just a summer league guy.
No, he actually did. And look at these plays right here, real quick.
On the drive.
Oh, what's that?
How sweet it is. A 20-point first.
Look at this pass coming up. Look at this pass right here. Ew, right in the hands.
Count it.
Come on.
On fire here in the first half. Kolek hasn't missed a free throw.
These are just free throws, but you guys get the point. Not like he don't go out there. You give him some time. 4 points, 8 assists, 3 steals, and this was limited minutes.
And of course they jinxed him. Oh, get it to Chua. Block from behind. Gathers.
That's it. We got any more Kolek highlights in this?
Most minutes he's
played. He's just shooting free throws. I don't want to see the free throws really, but it's okay.
Chua. Block from behind.
Oh, that's just a replay of what I just saw.
Yeah. Watson tracks
let's see this. I think this is going to be a nice pass. Could be. I don't know. We'll see. No, that's an assist though. That's a long assist. Game over. All right, you get the point. The point is, you give the guy a little run, he can do something. So let's not assume he's just trash all of a sudden. He ain't garbage, guys. Calm down. All right.
Man, you would have thought he never played an NBA game.
Yeah, I just want to put that out there, man. We just we gotta calm down, y'all. Just calm down a little bit. We're gonna be all right, and Kolek's gonna be all right. Let me start off with that. We could talk more about the summer league. I want to get Karan's impression of what he saw. But I just want to say, I think Tyler Kolek is dealing with some confidence. I think he's having a little bit of a lack of confidence in his jump shot. That might have to do with him needing repetition. Not everybody is good without repetition. Okay. And the reason why I say that, when we had young guys that were in Tom Thibodeau's system, RJ Barrett played. Emmanuel quickly played. You know what I mean?
Obi played.
Obi played, but you know, there was points where Quentin Grimes didn't really play as much, and then he did, but his shot was lacking a little bit because he didn't have the fluidity, he didn't have the rhythm, he wasn't out there. And then when he got it, of course, he was in there, and he basically was playing all the time. But you need to get that moment where you can get the confidence. First off, this team has to believe that Kolek can run it. And Kolek then can believe that he can run it as well. Like, he has to be able to move these guys around and maneuver them. And they got to expect what I saw in these first couple summer league games with Kolek out there. Guys looked like they didn't know where to be. Looked like they didn't know they were playing with a passer. We looked like we were running no type of offensive system. We're all standing on top of each other. There was no spacing. It was really bad. It was really bad to the point where I had to say something on Twitter. I was so frustrated. Hey, this is me. This summer league game is terrible. It's not about particular player. The style of play is boring. What are we doing out here? I didn't even know what I was watching. I was like, what are we not running any system? And I bring this up because I was watching, I was listening to what Karan was saying on his show, the Objective Knick Fan Show. And he was talking about Kolek being a system player and basically letting you guys know that we're not running systems. Like, we're playing a very vanilla. You know what it looked like? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it reminded me of. And it was funny that he brought up Alonzo Tria, because it reminded me of that time. I thought we were playing under Fizdale. Fizdale don't run nothing. I was like, what are we doing out here? Anyway, I don't know. What's your thoughts on this, bro? Because I'm beside myself.
First off, this is summer league, right? I don't really care about points and, certain stats, because it's an exhibition game, right? And we know that, especially in this situation here, you got a new coach, new system. See, that summer league team you saw last year, Thibs system, say what you want about that. I know you guys don't like Thibs, but there was a system in play, right? We had the assistant coaches, they knew the offense we were trying to run. Even the G League team last year was really good. It was all the same pipeline, right? It's all interconnected. So fast forward to this year, I remember around July 4th, I do the podcast on Monday mornings normally, and we're looking for the summer league team, right? There's no summer league team announced. There's teams that got their entire roster. We only had 4 players: Diarra, Nanji, the kid from Japan or China. It was only like 3 or 4 guys on the team. So we get the announcement on the 7th that this is the roster, right? And it just looks like some last minute put together thing. So Kolek, like Ron was alluding to, he needs a system, right? He's not an and one. Let me drop you in the park. Even though of course he'll go to the park. He'll give anybody work. That's not the crux of what I'm saying. What I am saying is some guys, they need the system to run, right? Other guys, you could just throw them out there. They're going to get buckets, like a Jordan Clarkson type. He'll kill on any court. System, no system. He's a one-man rogue assassin. That's not really Kolek's game. He likes to play off pick and roll. He's looking to pass more. Even though he can shoot, he's looking to get guys involved. When, like Ron said, there's no spacing out there. There's no spacing. Guys they look like they don't know where they belong on the floor. So Kevin McCullough just says, hey, I'm going to get up 15, 16 shots, because we don't have nothing flowing. They're turning over the ball. That's not Kolek's style. Kolek is a very, very good, playmaker and protecting the ball, passer, right? He usually doesn't turn over the ball. So when you're seeing this, it's really the lack of the system. So that's why, me personally, I wouldn't hold this against him, especially with, like, Ron, I'm glad you played that. We seen him in real NBA games. We seen him in last year's summer league. Don't throw the man in the garbage because he's having some bad summer league games. Please, he'll be fine. All right, he's still a good player. Just had a rough night out, if you ask me.
I agree, bro. I think that's all it is. Is just I think that, first off, we can't say. I mean, all right, come on, guys. Let's calm down. I am with you if you feel something about something and you're like, hey, you know what I mean, like, he's out there stealing money. This is summer league. We not even in the season. Like, we can't say somebody's stealing money until they actually suit up and put that Knicks in the Madison Square Garden or on the road and look like they phoning it in then. Not in no summer league. That's too early, bro. That's way too early.
Yes.
Not yet, guys. Not yet. I hear you it's okay to be a little like, what's going on here? This don't look right. This don't look like him. That's fair. And I think he's probably feeling a certain way. And don't think he's not looking at social media and seeing people talk about him in a negative. He's dealing with that too. So, yeah, there's something going on there. But as I said, we got to be better. All right. I'm not saying Kolek is not at fault, but we got to be better at how we look at basketball. We're New York fans. We're smarter than the average fan. Sorry, average fan. When you're not a New York fan, I'm biased.
Right.
But I feel like we can look at the game differently than they can. And for us, knowing how we look at stuff, all you got to do is what I just did and showed you guys highlights. Don't even pay attention to Kolek. Pay attention to the people around them and how they're moving and what's happening with the defenders. And compare that to what you've seen in these last two summer league games. Everybody on top of each other, everybody going nuts. Everybody, this last game, there was like 59 fouls. 59 fouls. There's no space. Everybody's getting hacked. Like, it's crazy right now. Like, you can't do nothing when you playing like this. Like, and like I said, it's not Kolek has some fault in it, but you guys got to understand there's no spacing. The Knicks, I don't know what type of offense they're particularly running right now, but they're not creating levels of separation for anybody. They're not running plays. There's not a lot of motion yet. And obviously, and some people, I saw people saying that this might be indicative of Mike Brown's system. What? The dude just got here. Like, what are we talking about?
He probably didn't even have a conversation with Brink yet. Come on,
man.
No.
Bro.
Stop.
Anyway, all I'm going to tell you guys once again is give Kolek some time and let's see what can happen. I honestly hope that he gets a little bit more time in the summer league, but you guys know the Knicks have already eliminated themselves, right? They've lost 2 games.
Yeah.
Usually after that, you only get the 4 games that you're guaranteed. They'll be lucky if they get another game. So there's only 2 games left, most likely. Maybe Kolek gets to play another one, especially because of the fact that like guys are hurt, like McCullough's hurt. I think Diawara's banged up. And I think Dadier got banged up as well. So these guys might not play. So that might give Kolek one more chance to showcase. Because usually by the 4th game, they switch the whole lineup. It's a whole bunch of different people. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. But Karan, what did you think about? I don't know if you had a chance to watch both games.
I did. Unfortunately, I did.
Yeah. I know. I hear you. Terrible. But what did you think about, let's say, the play of Pacom Dadier?
Well, I feel like the 2 games, even though he didn't really shoot well in both games, I don't really see, like, I could live with guys missing shots. Like, it's sort of like Cooper Flag in his first game.
The first game he shot well.
He did. Oh yeah, right.
He did like 13 to 15 or something like that.
Right. No, but you know what my knock on the first game was, right? Was that he wasn't aggressive enough for me. Like, for me, you're the first pick in the draft.
It wasn't 13.
Right? A lot of his buckets was like layups, open threes.
Right.
I felt like in the second game, he was trying to do more, and that's probably why his percentage, took a hit. But I like him being aggressive in spots, trying to create his own shot a little bit more in half court, especially, like I said, you're the highest pick on the floor. Show a little bit more initiative. I might ask him to score 30. But I did like that. I do like that he can play corner boy style, off the, waiting for the pass to hit the corner. I like that too, because that's more than likely what he would be if he did get real time in the league. But I do want to see a little bit more from him still on the offensive end. I love the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I love the rebounding. I mean, if he can get 6 rebounds, that might warrant some time. I know we're deeper than we were last year. Yabusele's there, Hart's there, so it's going to be hard to get time. But injuries happen, and you got to keep yourself ready and make yourself available. You know, you're under contract. You know you're going to be on the main roster. But I think that was my only knock. Yes, he did shoot well in the first game, but I felt like he was just kind of just playing the corner boy style, you know, getting some layups, getting some easy opportunities, not really initiating his offense. He did more of that in the second game, and I liked it. But he also got hurt too, right? He didn't play a lot of the second half, so we didn't really get to see what he would. Maybe he would have finished a lot better too in terms of the shooting percentages. I don't know, but. Did you get word on, like, are they done? Did they shut them down? Because I did see them get hurt, but I didn't follow up on any injury report. I'm curious to know if they're gonna shut them down.
No, I didn't see if they shut them down, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Because you know they don't really take a lot of chances in the summer league with these players. The problem is for the Knicks, like the Knicks don't have a lot of open spots. So, you know, are you doing a disservice by shutting somebody down? Like McCullough looked good in the first game, but looked better in the second game, right? Yes. He was a little wild in the first game, but he looked better in the second game. Mm-hmm. But I hear that, you know, he really kind of needs to show improve, which, you know, some people were talking about that they didn't like the fact that McCullough was going nut in these games and like really calling his number and not really looking for his team. He did more of that in the second half of the second game, but you know, but then when you realize, I mean, you talked about it yourself, like he doesn't have a contract right now.
No.
And the Knicks don't have a lot of money left. They could give him whatever they got left for that rookie deal, but they have to add something to it because, like you were saying, he doesn't really qualify as a rookie. So, but he's still fighting for a spot. And you know, hey man, listen, if I'm McCullough, right, and I'm looking at this team and I'm saying, man, they're ready to win a championship. They got all these dudes. They got 9 guys that are guaranteed to play, and these are all veteran NBA players.
Yes.
They're talking about adding another veteran that could make it 10. I don't know how I'm going to play on this team, and I want to stay with the Knicks. I'm balling out. Yay, yo, hey, I see you, but after this one, you know, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to go crazy, but I got to call my number a little bit. I got to make sure I'm on the board. Every other team in the summer league, they got two players maybe that got 20 points. Some even hit 30. The Knicks, just pulling up with 16, 17s, you know what I mean? You know, oh yeah, McCullough said, listen, I'm gonna see if I can get a 30 piece. All right, you know. Yeah. It happens.
Oh man, it's tough. The McCullough situation is tough because you want to be in position to sign Marcus Smart or sign a veteran like that you really feel, even if some of you guys, I know I vowed never to say this guy's name, at least on my channel, but I'm on Still Knick fan, so I guess I could say it, Ben Simmons. Some of you guys want to sign him. So if you sign McCullough, he eliminates that, right? Because he would take up more of the salary. We only got 3.7 left, right? So even if he was to get, I think 1.9, it'll leave you at a point where you won't have enough for the 2.2. That's usually what the veterans get, right? Mm-hmm. You could only sign a rookie, which is around 1.1. That's what the cap hit would be, 1.1, 1.2. So that's a tough decision to make, because if Marcus Smart is available and he wants to sign with New York, it's like McCullough or Smart. Or do you bring him back on a 2-way deal? Or does another team come in and say, hey, McCullough, we'll give you it's I don't know. I'm curious to see what the chat thinks, but that's where we are on McCullough Jr. I think he played as well as he can. Even if he can't go the last 2 games, I don't think that would be a demerit. I think he showed out. I think he showed. This is what I love about his game. He can make plays for others. I'm not saying he's a point guard, but he's a willing passer. He had a nice little off the pick and roll little lob opportunity that I was like, oh, I like to see more of that. I didn't realize he was that good offensively because I was only hearing about his defensive prowess, like how he's like a Josh Hart, could rebound a little bit, play defense. But his offensive side really makes him a good-looking piece for me. I just don't know if I say no to Marcus Smart to sign him.
No, I agree with you on that. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That makes it tough.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I mean, listen, if it was up to me, I would. That's rough. That's a tough one, man. If it was up to me, I think I would want to keep Pacome and McCullough and Huck Porty on the team. And if you didn't have the veteran minimum to do something with, then I would want to keep Tyler Kolek here too, because I feel like that's the person you could use. But once they do decide who they're going to go with, and if it, I don't think there's any way back from this. If it's Ben Simmons, Kolek is not going to play. If it's Marcus Smart, Kolek is not going to play. If it's what's his face that you had brought up that doesn't want to be in. If it's Brogdon, Kolek can go and play. So there's not really a lot of pathways for Kolek to possibly get burned. I'm just saying, like it's tough and it sucks. But this is the way this team is built, and you just got to deal with it. Like we're grade levels of talent, okay? And if you're not at that level right now, then hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. You're right. And if Deuce or Clarkson is not starters, if those two guys are still bench guys, because we don't know what Mike Brown's going to do, then it's going to be tough. That move alone kind of pushes Kolek to the back, because Clarkson and Deuce going to eat up all that time at the 1-2 spot. So it's a tricky situation. I'm really curious to see how Leon navigates. Could he get him to come back on a 2-way deal? Does another team, who wants to sign him, kind of put a monkey wrench in on that? I'm talking about McCullough in this case.
Right.
It's something to really think about.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I think right now, I have to do this. Okay. I pick my guys. Okay. Josh Hart is still my favorite player on the Knicks. Deuce McBride is my second favorite. McCullough is my third favorite player on the Knicks. I know y'all like, what? That's crazy. Hey, listen, I picked these young guys because I see something in them and I'm hoping they blossom. And McCullough, to me, gives the Knicks something they will be needing at some point. Do they already have it in like Mikal Bridges? Yes, of course. But are you going to need it at some point? I think you will. And you're going to be looking down the bench like, who can I get this from? And ain't nobody going to give it to you. And I think McCullough could do it. I think McCullough is, what we forgot when it comes to a guy like that is that without reps, without time, even his basketball play becomes more raw. He doesn't have that fluidity that other guys have. He said it himself. They interviewed him, and he said, this is really, I was out most of the season last year. I played at the end of the G League season. I played maybe 3 or 4 games in garbage time with the Knicks. This is like my rookie season. So some people may be saying this is a sophomore season for them. To me, this is my rookie season. So, come on, y'all. You got to look at it like he needs time.
So, Ron, it sounds like you made your decision.
Oh, I have. No, no, but I have, because to be honest with you, I don't think Marcus Smart is going to come here.
Okay.
I think he's intrigued with the offer, but I don't know. I feel like he wants to go somewhere else because I feel like he wants to be a bigger part of a team. Now he may, because he did lose out, right? He wasn't a part of the championship team with Boston. They traded him.
No, they got rid of him.
Yeah, so he might be yearning for that championship. That could win him over. I'm not saying it won't. They could.
What if a starting spot at the 2 comes with the signing?
Ooh, but I don't think Marcus Smart is a good enough scorer to warrant the 2 spot. You think so?
He shot 40%, but his short time with the Wizards from 3.
I know, but that's in limited usage. Don't get me wrong.
It was limited.
In limited usage, he's not bad.
Yeah.
And he also has moments where he's like a fire. You know what I mean?
But remember, you got Clarkson off the bench, right? So maybe, hey, just play him 26 minutes. Clarkson, you get out there. I'm just saying, it's just an alternative to sweeten the pot for him. But more than likely, he probably won't come to New York. Because I'm not sure if he wants to be a 2 guard. He probably could go somewhere like Milwaukee and Milwaukee's going to sign Cole Anthony, but he probably can go somewhere else and be a point guard if that's really he really wants, right?
Right.
So,
right. I think he shot. Hold on, let me just double check this. Marcus.
And you know what? If Marcus Smart doesn't want to come, and Brogdon's not coming. Bring in McCullough. You're not going to get a better option, right? At this point, just bring McCullough in. I know you want to, maybe Leon Rose would be more comfortable with another veteran coming into the fold, but this kid McCullough, like you said, he might be the one to give you something. He has good height. He can shoot. He defends. I don't see how you go wrong with that.
Like, I mean, really what I'm trying to get across to everybody is that I feel like I said this last year at some point. Why not give Paco Dadier a shot? If the guy's got good height, he can defend, he can shoot. Right. Now, me saying that was obviously also at a time where McCullough wasn't going to play. There was a point where I didn't even think McCullough was coming back. I thought the Knicks were going to try to take it easy with him and let him just continue to rehab throughout the season. But then he came back and actually, was a part of the roster to be on the bench. My whole thing is, I like what Paco Dadier can add to the Knicks. I just think Paco Dadier needs more time to cook. He's still a little too raw with his game. Like, he's still got a lot of European game in him, and he hasn't fully acclimated to understanding the style of play that he needs to adjust to be successful in the NBA. I'm not saying he won't get there. He's only 19 years old, maybe going to be 20. Like, he's got a lot of time to get it right. And I think he's somebody the Knicks should hold on to. I just think McCullough is what I want Paco Dadier to be, but faster. I think he's faster at it. And of course, he's 24, so he should be.
He's older, right?
Yeah. I just, I think we need I think the Knicks, listen, if there's one guy I think that they should incorporate, one young guy that I think outside of Huck Porty, forget Huck Porty. I think Huck Porty, he got his spot.
He's cemented.
He's cemented. I think they should think about McCullough. I think that a 6'8" dude who could play defense and can score. Dude had 18 points per game in college. He's not a fluke. So
no,
man. I just we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to beat the drum too hard, but let's see. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. It's going to be intriguing. I know that.
Yes, it will be. It will be. And I also wanted to say this to everybody out there who was sipping the Knicks gold. Like, I was sipping it too. We were coming into this summer league. Man, this is the best summer league team we had in ever. I'm looking forward to this. We got Baba. We were going crazy, man. And look at this summer league team. Is Gabanzo, B.
When you don't got a coach, I knew it was going to be trouble because no coach, no system. So we're just going in there like a high school basketball team, this bunch of talent and, play some defense, run some zone, and that's it. Just y'all figure it out, That's the basketball we're seeing.
This ain't it, bro. This
college basketball is a higher level than that. College is a higher level than that.
100%, brother. Come on. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But that's okay. We got another game tomorrow, I think. Yeah. It's Tuesday and then Thursday. Something to look forward to. All right. Well,
what happens?
Yeah. I'm not gonna. Let's not harp too much on that. That'll just bring us all down. we need to move on to better.
Yes.
So we do know that the Knicks assistant coach search is still going on. And I say assistant coach because really what we're mainly talking about is finding that associate assistant coach or associate head coach, whatever that title is. Unfortunately, we know that Dallas has vetoed another one of the Knicks' chances of interviewing one of their coaches. Like, listen, at some point, not for nothing, guys, listen, we got to call it a spade a spade. The Knicks have been trying. We've been trying it a little too much. They've been like, what? That's like, what are we doing here? How much we at one point, Dallas is going to be like, yo, don't even pick up the phone and dial our number anymore. We don't want to talk to y'all for a couple of years until we want to take you off punishment because y'all been fleecing us with all types of moves, and then y'all just think it's sweet over here. No. Chill. I get it. Dallas, I get it. Okay, I'm cool. I get it. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. But the Knicks did sign an assistant coach. It hasn't been an official signing yet, but apparently all signs point to it's happening, or it's going to happen. He's already been at the summer league with them. He has great relationships with Mike Brown. He has a great relationship with Mikal Bridges. And that person that we're talking about is Ricardo Foisse. Okay. And this is an article from actually, this should be 2025, but okay. It's a Sports Illustrated article per Fred Katz, The Athletic. And let me remove this little banner here because it's kind of in the way. So per Fred Katz of The Athletic, the Knicks will add former Brown assistant Ricardo Foisse to the coaching staff as he embarks on his first pressure-packed year in Manhattan. Foisse, 38, previously worked under Brown during his final hours leading the Sacramento Kings, and Katz mentioned that he is currently conspiring with Knicks management like Brown and President Leon Rose in Las Vegas while New York's prospects engage in summer league play. Foisse was also the director of player development when the Phoenix Suns made their run to the 2021 NBA Finals and personally worked with current Knicks starter Mikal Bridges. And something that's not here is Mikal Bridges also said that no one works as hard as Ricardo Foisse in his job. He was instrumental in helping develop his game and take his game to the next level. So that being said, guys, Karan, what's your thoughts on them getting Ricardo Foisse as an assistant and his impact possibly with regards to Mikal Bridges?
I didn't know the Mikal Bridges part. I did see the name. I forgot to mention that earlier on the pod earlier, but I think that the reason why I like it is because it has nothing to do with his coaching ability. It has everything to do with Mike Brown having his imprint on decisions for his coaching staff. Because I kind of mentioned this earlier too on the show. I said, look, I'm a little concerned about this collaboration thing, right? Because, all the rumors was there about Thibs, kind of doing his own thing and, not liking the players he has, not playing the guys, that really irks the front office. We give you these players, you're not playing them. What's going on? So I was worried about the front office actually like impacting actual coaching decisions. Mm-hmm. And I really want Mike Brown to have the same autonomy that Leon Rose has, right? As a GM, I think he deserves the same as a coach. So this hire right here, or this potential hire, shows me that they're going to allow Mike Brown to have his guys. Yeah, of course, it's fine to have, even Rick come back. I know there was a lot of controversy with Rick, but, Mark Bryan and some of the other guys come back because usually the front office do hire some of this. That's not out of the ordinary. Right. However, the main associate coach, right, which is something we're still waiting for, and the majority of the rest of the staff, that usually is the coach's pick. So this is a good coach's pick. It's a good sign for me that, okay, the collaboration should be there. I'm not saying, you don't collaborate with your front office, but at the same time, they're going to allow Mike Brown to cook. So that's what I like about it. The Mikal Bridges thing is a plus. After seeing him at Summer League, we're sitting with Leon and Mike Brown, it shows me that kind of what I talked about on my pod earlier about, the whole Giannis thing. That's probably the reason why we're seeing a little delay in extension talks. But I think that they're going to get a deal. I expect them to extend Mikal, and this move further confirms it.
Yeah, I agree. And I, as I said before, I don't want to just trade Mikal Bridges just to trade Mikal Bridges. The only reason why I thought they might is, I said it to you, I think as well. I don't know. I said, if he wants the max, that's tough. That's a tough one. But if he can work with them, I think I could see the roads to making this a happy marriage where he could stay with the Knicks for a while longer. But that doesn't mean that the Knicks don't have that flexibility. Like if he still comes out and he's playing inconsistent, and then we hear Giannis say, "Hey, I'm ready." All right, Mikal, you might have to go in the cat deal. I don't know. We got to figure it out. But it just all depends on what's happening. But
yes.
But yeah. Another thing I like about this is because I've been saying this for a minute and I've been waiting to see what are they going to do. And I think this move, yes, it definitely helps with the collaboration for Mike Brown. It's one of Mike Brown's guys. But I think it also fills a bigger need for the New York Knicks that they've been clamoring for, as they put out a story in the middle, towards the end of the season, talking about how they wanted to pay a little bit more attention to player development, and they didn't really have a development staff. This guy apparently is very good at developing young talent. This makes a lot of sense. This might be the development guy. So, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it either. I was happy to see it too. And hopefully more guys come along that, fits what Mike Brown's trying. Because I really want this guy to be successful. I'm really rooting for him to do good.
Right. Yeah. 40 scope. Yeah, I mean, he initially, that's what they were saying, that he was asking for the max, but I don't think the Knicks really want to do it. I mean, the Knicks got freaking Yabusele to restructure his mid-level exception. Come on, man. We want a deal. Let's get a discount here. Come on, Macau.
Got to give us something. You wasn't an all-star. You didn't make a defensive team. You got to work with us, man.
Come on, man. We need something. So I think that's interesting. That he might be the guy to help with that. I don't think they're going to give him the associate head coach title, though, guys. I don't think that's. I think they're still saving that for one more person. And the other thing too, this all makes sense. Like as I've had more time to think about it, everything is taking place late, right? A lot of times. Not a lot of times, but you try to hire a replacement coach as soon as possible, because there's a lot of steps to it. Free agency, draft, picking a staff, all that. Mike Brown got hired in the 11th hour. You know what I mean? The draft was already done. Free agency had already begun. We already made a couple moves, which I'm sure they already told him about. He knew ahead of time because he already had interviewed. But the whole point is, like, you don't really have a lot of time to put together a whole staff. So it kind of makes sense that the Knicks are bringing back a lot of these guys just to have people in place, so he doesn't have to worry about that. What he needs to focus on is bringing in his associate head coach that's going to help him follow through what was his objectives and everything he's trying to initiate. Then he's got to put his game plan together for the summer, because he's got to teach these guys a whole new system. That takes time, and he's got to get them going. Remember, everybody's still on vacation. You got summer league people on vacation. Then you got NBA training camp, which is a little while away still. It's coming, but it's still a little while away. Like, for the Knicks, we may see them play well because they're a talented club out the gate, but we may not see them hit their stride for like 2 months into the season before they really start to adapt to what Mike Brown is teaching them to do. What's your thoughts on that, Karan?
That makes sense. I could see things taking time because, first off, Thibs didn't even get a chance to really implement his system. Towns was traded right, before media day in October. So the whole summer's there. You got a Julius Randle game plan with Dante DiVincenzo. Throw that in the trash. I got to come up with something new for a center that's unlike any other center we've ever had in our franchise history. So Thibs didn't even get the time with this roster. And coming into the season, I was very confident with Thibs. This was before he was fired, that we would have the best offense in basketball, because now they would have the summer to work on it. The good thing is, at least Mike Brown gets the time that Thibs didn't have with this group of guys, unless they do a crazy Giannis trade or something crazy like that. But he'll have the time to work with these guys, because I do foresee some of the guys, if not most of the guys, getting together before training camp just to work on some things, just to, iron things out. I do think that, based on what Mike Brown said during the press conference, that he's willing to work with the roster he has. So he's not coming like a lot of coaches. They need you to bring certain guys in, like how Phil wants triangle guys, right? He wasn't working with the guys we had, right? Like, that's why they did the stupid trade for Shumpert and J.R. Smith, which was just, I don't even think about that. But anyway, but he's willing to work with what you have. So I'm thinking that if he can, of course, it's not going to be Thibs' system, but if he can just really tap into some areas and build on some of the things, like more pick and roll with Brunson and Towns, even Mikal coming off pick and roll with him and Mitchell Robinson. I like that. I like when they ran the pick and roll a couple of times. They didn't do it a lot, But there's certain things that I think that if he can implement early, it may not be the whole shebang. It may not be everything, but there are certain things that I think early that they could put in that would really give this team a good start. But hey, you know what, Ron? I'm the objective fan. The honest truth, I can't even disagree with what you said. It may be some growing pains. It's a brand new system. So we'll see what happens. I still have high hopes for this team, but I'm curious to see, what the summer brings and if Mike Brown could really get some earlier time. Let's see if they do that as well, because that will help.
Yeah. I mean, because there is going to be the offense is going to take I think a bit of a change, which is going to make the Knicks are going to have to actually work on offense if they want to be good and sustain winning in the league with the roster that they got with a lot of offensive talent. The Knicks are actually going to have to work on offense, and I mean setting screens, motion, pick and rolls, all the type of things you're saying, backdoor cuts, all of that stuff to create better and easier opportunities. And that's one thing that I looked at when I was watching Mike Brown video. He does a lot of stuff to create easier opportunities. In some cases, maybe too much, because I was watching him break down a couple plays. And in one of the plays he broke down, the Sacramento Kings had about 4 shots they could have took. And the guys didn't take the shot. They just kept passing the ball until they found a better shot. But some of these shots were good shots. Like on any other team, any other game, you take that shot, that's open. But no, they were waiting to get an even better shot. So now that's going to take a lot of discipline. And if these Knicks are willing to allow things to happen, like that's my whole thing. I said this when they've hired Mike Brown. I hope the Knicks are ready to buy in to the system and what it takes to be effective. So that's the thing that I just hope that they buy in, and we'll see, because like I said, they're gonna have to work. The defense is gonna change a little bit. I don't think they're gonna change all of the schemes, because Tom Thibodeau is from a certain school and it's all parallel. They do work in similar defensive plays. That drop coverage though, that might have to go. They might have to figure out what they're gonna do about that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be very interesting, bro, to see what they do. Shout out to my guy Jay Chosen in the building. What up, Jay? He said people usually get paid for what they've done, not guessing what they could be. Bridges never been a max guy ever. There's truth to that. I mean, he got blessed when he went to Brooklyn from Phoenix, but yeah, he hasn't really fulfilled what you would think is the promise of that type of contract.
Right.
So yeah, now who knows? Maybe this year on the Mike Brown and with the Foy coming in, we might see Mikal Bridges 2.0. He might get busy this year, and then we're gonna be like, okay, this is what I'm hoping it lines up for the usual Nick thing. Guy comes in, guy wants an extension, guy takes a discount, guy balls out, then we're like, we got a bargain. That's what I'm looking for. That's the Nick way.
Yep. No, that's a fact. And now that the money's taken care of, that takes off a lot of pressure too. Because how do we know that wasn't looming last year?
Right.
He's thinking about his contract. Oh, I got to do these numbers. We're projecting to be this, and we're falling short. So, once you get the business done, that usually makes, it could go in the opposite direction too. Sometimes guys just get lazy, but I think in Bridges' case, based off his work ethic, dealing with a guy who's been with him before, having that development coach there, I think I can see him elevating his game, especially if they can find a way to keep him at the small forward position. That's what I'm really hoping for. If he can be a small forward and not have to guard them point guards, you might see a different level of Mikal.
That would be nice.
Some Rip Hamilton screens too, coming in the mid range.
I would love that, because he would be perfect at that style of game. His shot, that mid range shot, the little floaters from all over. That's you know what? Karan just hit the nail on the head. Mikal Bridges is definitely set up to be a Rip Hamilton type player. That's easy. I can see him. Yeah, he easily fits that style of game.
From curls all day,
killing them. I like that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Shout out to Tori B in the building. What up, Tori? Good to see you. Let's go. Good to see you. Shout out to Knicks will be 2026 champs. He said any word on Ben Simmons? We talked about it, but there's no word as of yet. He's
will be champ. He's troll. Is that a troll? Knicks will be champs. What are we doing? You already know.
Some people actually like Ben Simmons, man. Some people do want him here.
Listen, he knows how I feel about Ben Simmons. That's a troll. But go ahead.
Right. Shout out to Randu in the building. Appreciate you. Randu. Also, shout out to Yuri's up in here. He said, "We doing calls?" Oh yeah,
that's
I could throw the number up in a little bit. Take a couple calls. And shout out to Yuri, Randu, and Knicks will be 2026 champs for being members of the SKF Army. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Junior Honor. This might be I think this is my first time seeing you in the chat. He said Kolek can't defend his lunch against ants. The rest are too many years away from being a stable NBA player. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you know.
I think McCullough Jr. is an NBA player. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think these guys, as much as I'm saying what I'm saying, do I think if you gave Pacom Dadier, Kevin McCullough, Tyler Kolek, and he doesn't really have to be in this list, but I'm gonna throw him in there because we got him at the same time. And you throw in Hawk Porty, you give them 15 to 20 consecutive games played, they're gonna look like NBA players. I think they're gonna play well enough. Yeah, I'm not worried about, but they're not gonna get it with this Knick club. That's the problem.
No.
That's the problem.
Maybe McCullough could sneak in. If he happened to get the contract, that's only if he gets the contract. Because I think that his defense and his shooting, I could see Mike Brown really valuing that.
Right.
But it's a dream right now.
And honestly, you know what? It really comes down to like who are we really talking about here? Who's really available? I think Marcus Smart, if he really is considering it, maybe he's the only one. So to what I like how you put it, because that's actually a true way of looking at it. If you're comparing the two, it's like you're putting Marcus Smart versus Kevin McCullough for that spot because of the money and because he's different because he's don't fall under the rookie number.
Mm-hmm.
So
the technicality,
you're basically putting Kevin McCullough up against any of these guys that we might select. And in my opinion, I don't think Brogdon wants to come here, but in my opinion, Smart is probably someone I'd have to take over Kevin McCullough Jr.
Yes.
But Kevin McCullough Jr. versus Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
I'm taking Kevin McCullough Jr. So that's me.
Yeah, no, that's all of us.
Yeah, all right. Well, just checking.
Maybe not. Maybe not all of us. I forgot. Yeah, we got like hundreds of people listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, you never know. You never know. There is a few out there that do want Ben Simmons. That I know.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Shout out to Anthony D in the building. What up, Anthony? Good to see you. And Anthony had a question. I started. He said, Ron, when we say development guy, you're talking behind the scenes, extra work, off season, right? Yes and no. So he can be available to develop anyone who needs extra development, extra work on their game. But yes, the young guys, especially in the off season, extra work on the side, blah, blah, blah. But during the season, especially when our quote unquote championship team is out there running and these young guys, because there's going to be a bunch of guys who ain't playing. We're talking at least 4 or 5 guys that are going to sit on the bench every day unless there's garbage time. So they need to be doing something with their times, and they need to continue to be getting better in the NBA so they can, as contracts continue to be there for the Knicks, and we see what's our level of competition, what we strive to achieve, and where we actually go. Knicks are going to continue to make hard decisions each year. And if some of these guys can step up to the next level, the Knicks will get rid of like maybe some high-priced player and allow one of these younger, lesser contract persons to fill the spot. Like that's the nature of business. So, but yeah, that's a whole nother thing. That's way down the line.
Right.
Okay. All right. So that's that, guys. Now moving on. Let me ask Karan this question, then I'll open up the phone lines real quick. I don't want to keep Karan too late. It's this
Listen,
is
Ron, I'm a vampire.
I know who you are. I know, but I'm trying to protect you from yourself. So let me ask you this, bro. Yes. One of the things Mike Brown has said outside of, the whole thing about, creating a culture of winning and here for a championship and knowing what it takes to get there. One of the things he said is he wants, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm putting words, like I'm just summarizing.
Paraphrase.
He's paraphrasing. He wants Jalen Brunson to be the orchestrator of this team, of this offense. He wants everything to run through Jalen Brunson. Some of you might be saying, hey, well, I thought we were kind of already doing that before. Yes and no. We were, but it was a certain type of style, ISO type of style. And then in some cases, we're trying to see if we could run the game through Cat. I think he feels like the best way to run his type of style of offense is to run it through the point guard. But that also means that puts a lot of new pressure and emphasis on Jalen Brunson adapting to the style of play that Mike Brown wants to run. It ain't going to be all ISO stuff. He's going to have to give up the ball. He's going to have to initiate pick and rolls. We might see more movement, more lob threats, different things just opening up and making it easier for the Knicks to score, because we talked about it and every content creator has already alluded to it. The Knicks going into this season look like they're going to be an offensive team. I gave it to make it easier for people. I said, just take a look at it like 100%, right? 60-40. Maybe in the past we were 60-40 defense offense. Now we're 60-40 offense defense. The defense has to be there. You got to have it. But we're going to be an offensive team that puts the pressure on teams, makes them work on the other end. Because that's part of the problem too. Part of the reason why we couldn't get past a team like Indiana is, one, we couldn't deal with their level of motion offense. And two, we didn't really do nothing to them. They didn't have to work at anything. All we did was turn over the ball. We didn't put no pressure on them. We weren't scoring the numbers. That game that we blew them out last year by like 30 points, that seems like forever ago. We couldn't accomplish that this year. So, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about, Karan. How's your feeling on that? The new style, and also the whole thing about running everything through Jalen Brunson.
Well, I mean, this is why, and I didn't get a chance to really tap into, do my real deep dive on Mike Brown and the Sacramento days, but I just quickly glanced at De'Aaron Fox. He averaged 26 a game. He averaged 26 a game in 24, 25 a game in 23. So Brunson's scoring is not going to drop. I think Brunson possibly would still be the first option unless Cat really, if Cat can really step up his game to be more dominant. I'm not sure if Mike Brown's system is going to be put Cat in a position to be dominant, but in Sacramento, the point guard was the number one guy to do everything. And De'Aaron Fox, his highest assist total was 7 a game, which is what Brunson was. So Brunson's already given you 7 assists. So for those people who think that Brunson will have a hard time adapting, I don't think so. I think even if he goes a little bit more into his Dallas bag, where Brunson was more of a pass first point guard there. And also, remember, you're dealing with somebody who made the greatest sacrifice in NBA history. So this guy is willing to do whatever it takes. So even if he had to get less shots or less points, which I don't think that's what it would be, I think what it would be more of Brunson, initiating, moving the offense faster, right? Getting earlier shots, because they were I think they were in last pace in terms of holding on to the ball the most, getting up a shot the latest in the clock or amongst the latest. But also, I think you might see a little bit more Brunson off the ball. This is why I keep harping on, getting that 2 guard that can really make plays, like an Andrew Nembhard kind of guy. I mentioned Marcus Smart. I mean, I know a lot of guys don't agree that Smart should start or Brogdon should start if we were signing them. But the reason why I want to start those guys is, one, they could defend. They can guard opposing point guards, and they can bring Brunson off the ball. Something that I don't think Bridges is that polished in. But hey, maybe this guy we signed can help Bridges, really work on his playmaking ability. Because if Bridges is your 2, he is going to it's going to be a lot of pressure on him to really, make plays for others. We know he can score for himself, but he's going to have to handle the ball. He's going to have to initiate the offense. To me, he didn't really look as comfortable in doing that. But as far as even bringing it back to Brunson, I think Brunson is more than I think honestly, under Mike Brown's system, he could honestly take his game to a first team level, whether that means more assists, whether that means more efficiency, whether that means more passing. I think if we know the value of the Knicks having assists, I don't have it in front of me. I think the Knicks were 24-4 anytime they had 30 or more assists last season, right? So we know the value in ball movement. It's always been there. So if you get more ball movement, whether he gets more assists or not, but just the passes, there's more passing, more back cuts, a little bit more Brunson off ball. Brunson is more than capable for the job. He's egoless. I call him Mr. Miyagi. You know, he always has these quotes. He doesn't overreact to negative things. Like when Trae Young rolled the dice, he said, well, if you don't want Trae Young to roll the dice, you simply win the game and there will be no dice. So that's why I call him Master Miyagi. He always has these, you know, these high level, high character things to say in response to certain things. So yeah, he's going to be, man, I look forward to it. I think we have the potential to have a number one offense if everything works like how you were saying, you know. So I'm looking forward to it.
And yes, Jay, you have been saying that. That's true about Brunson playing off the ball at times and using him that way. Shout out to Greg D in the building. He said, you got Deuce. That's who you are describing. Basically talking about Marcus Smart. I mean, there's truth to look. That's why the Knicks are in a weird situation, right? Deuce could have made this a lot easier for the Knicks. If what we saw from Deuce 2 years ago, if he repeated that offensively this year, we wouldn't be talking about Marcus Smart right now. There wouldn't be a talk about it because we'd be getting all of that from Deuce, and that would be redundant, right? But unfortunately, you know, when we needed Deuce at certain spots, Deuce had a really tough time offensively this year. So, and now you don't know what to believe because Deuce kind of overachieved with regards to his 3-point shooting. The knock on Deuce was never that he couldn't shoot. It was that he couldn't shoot from range, right? He was a really good 2-point shooter in college. He shot okay from 3 in college, but that was there was 2 knocks on Deuce, if I remember correctly, from his scouting report. One was that he couldn't shoot that well, like consistently from range. And 2 was that he didn't have a good first step in breaking down his opponent getting to the rim. He's worked a lot on that too. His handle is not the best handle, but as far as he started implementing that one hand thing where he was taking dudes to school and getting into the lane with that one hand, he's been doing that for like 2 years now. So he's definitely improved on that. So listen, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll see. It's there for us to learn from. But I will tell you the other good thing about Marcus Smart is that, I mean, he's a dog, right? And he has a dog mentality. And even if he's not at the same level of play that he was once before, the teachings, the information is still there. And that's something he can share with the rest of the guards. He could definitely share that with Deuce. It's like a guy. It's basically like having PJ Tucker, but someone who could still play for you. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
So that's interesting. That is interesting. I can't front on that. That's
just saying.
Yeah. I can't. And most people like the other thing about him is he's undersized, but with him, you don't care that he's undersized. He knows how to play defense. He don't care. You put Marcus Smart up against a 6'4", 6'5", 6'7". Yeah. It's no big deal. He got good wingspan. He knows how to play defense, get up under them, get them uncomfortable, and when. I'm not worried about the height.
Just remember, he's guarding point guards anyway. So it doesn't even matter about height. He's guarding Trae Young, and so he'll be fine. Brunson is the one that has to guard the Dyson Daniels. So, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Juan Rivera in the building. What up, Juan? Good to see you, bro. You've been missing in action. I haven't seen you, man. I hope everything's going well for you, my guy. Shout out to Shaw Powers in the building. What up, Shaw? Nick's Real Talk in the building. Good to see you. Drip Moore is here, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community. Appreciate you. Let's go. Shout out to, let me see this name I haven't seen before. Trevor.
That's my man.
Oh, okay. Shout out
He's
to
a call-up show guy, man. Salute to Trevor.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Esco Harlem in the building. What up, Esco? SBL Bay is in the building. Appreciate you for being here as well. Shout out to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, let's do this. Let's get a couple calls while we got Karan here. Open up the line real quick. Hold on one second. Let me get my stuff right. And I gotta turn it on. You know.
Remember, Ron, I'm here with you whenever you need me, man. Don't consider me in anything. Listen, bro, I'm a vampire. We good. I'm having a good time. I love talking Knicks. Salute to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man.
Yes.
Get the likes up.
Please smash the like button. I know some of y'all are like, hey, like button, what's that? Yeah. It's not foreign. It looks a little something like this. Hit that one time, please. Appreciate y'all. Okay. So let's get this going. Let me turn the phone lines on. All right, there we go. Okay, guys, y'all know what it is. You'll want to call in to SKF Weekly, chopping up with your man Ron, and I got my guy Karan here, the Objective Knicks fan in the building. We ready for you. Let's get it. Yeah. I gotta get it so that I can put I gotta work on that. I gotta get it so I can put us in the middle of this. But give me some time. Give me some time.
It's all good.
The number is 34. See, I could do it with just me, but I can't do it with two people. I don't even gotta say the number. People already calling in. Okay. All right, hold on. Caller, what's going on? You are live with SKF Weekly. Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, how you doing? I love the show. First time caller. You guys are fantastic. Just wonderful, unbelievable.
My fellow,
really, I can't take it. It's so unbelievably wonderful.
My fellow jerky boy. Hey, it's Jay Chosen. What up,
Jay?
Hey, salute.
All right, I did it, Clem. You got it. There you go. Jay Chosen, New York, Brooklyn, everywhere, Long Island. How we doing tonight?
Chilling, man. New York, stand up. We did it, Brooklyn. We did it. Oh, sorry, that's my Biggie reference.
We did it.
What's
I had
going
a Brooklyn
on, Jay?
shirt on today, and my Knicks friend just shot me down. But it wasn't a Nets shirt, just a Brooklyn shirt. Well, look, there's a lot of good conversation going on, obviously. And the Ron Karan show sounds real nice right now. And I think that you guys are hitting on some dope points. Gotta understand, Summer League, a lot of these kids are, like you were talking about, damn, we look trash, right? And we do look trash. But I really believe that's mostly because we already, like you guys said, we already have the bulk of our team. And when you look at the way our summer league has been going, it's been looking like playground basketball. And every kid knows that there's maybe one spot left.
Right.
So they're not like constant. Maybe there is somebody drawing up a system for them. We don't know. Maybe there is some, but the minute that one of them get the ball in their hand, you can forget that. It's out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're balling. Each one of them in the back of their mind is trying to ball out of control so they could get noticed and get a place on the team. I really don't see how any of these kids, besides Lucas Kuka, this is my favorite. I'm going to keep saying it all the time. If we don't use him one day, somebody is, and that kid's going to be a superstar. But anyway, he's going to be an end of a bench guy, a reserve that if somebody gets hurt guy. I really highly doubt that we are looking at anybody on the floor right now that's going to be how we've been talking about on Saturdays or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
how many minutes are broken down. 32 minutes for the starters, 35 minutes, 25 minutes for a couple of the bench guys. You know, where are the minutes for the I don't know, what do you want to call them? The third stringers,
I would say
the others,
third stringers. Yeah, third stringers.
Yeah,
definitely
third stringers.
So third stringers. How many minutes? See, my idea on this is, and I really believe this. And that's why I love that when Crown brought it up with a lot of Brunson playing off the ball. You know, that's one of my favorite topics. I really would like to see another combo guard at the 1 or 2. That means now you have 2 point guard shooting guards on the floor at the same time, leaving the opposition's defense on a consistent guessing game. Either one could bring it up. Either one could distribute. If the one distributes better, let's say not Brunson, then Brunson, I don't believe his numbers are going down at all. And I still am going to say this. The ball needs to go through him on the majority of the bases. Right? He changed his game. They asked him to do a bunch of stuff, and he proved that he could do it while maintaining the same average or a little bit, you know, close to the same average and upping his assist numbers. But I truly believe that we don't really need that out of him. That Sacramento was a great comparison. We need a second combo guard. The 1 and the 2 should both be able to play 1 and 2. And then you go from there. Small forward, power forward. They could interchange, you know, because you've seen OG do both. And I know a lot of people you know, some people like it, some people don't. The double big starting lineup, I think it slows it down, to be honest with you. I think Mitch is even though that second unit is looking way faster, right? You have a pretty quick second unit, especially if it's Josh, Clarkson, Belly runs pretty quick. You know, then you put Mitch is going to be, I prefer him in the second unit because that first unit could run and gun with more efficiency than the second one, and they should be running and gunning.
Yeah. So
I really would like to see. I don't know what, you know. I'm gonna be quiet for a second, but what's your thought on what I just said about having 2 combos? That way, Brunson could have maybe 15 minutes at least off the ball. And if that was the case, will we have to lose Bridges to get that? Or maybe Bridges hits the bench to do that, and we have to figure it out a different way. Maybe with a trade or 2 from maybe Deuce or somebody. You know. I don't know. Because, you know, the truth is in Sacramento, they could have pulled Fox's numbers back. And their big man who gets all the rebounds, Sabonis, Sabonis, right? He could have scored more. A bunch of them could have scored more. But they didn't.
That's true.
And they also had a 6-man.
That's true. That's a point. Yeah. Okay. You know what?
So what do you think about that combo?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Karan to answer that part of your question. And I'm just going to say something real quick in reference to the young guys on the bench, the third stringers. Bottom line is the third stringers just are not ready to have that much of an impact in the NBA as of yet. Will they be at some point in their young careers? Maybe. Right now, we're just looking to see if there's somebody from that unit that we might be able to have on the roster that will be a little bit of insurance if if guys go down, if we have issues, times where we're going to arrest somebody, we could put one of these young guys in there that can do something positive. But the bottom line is, and we knew this, and we all should have known this, none of those guys, I don't care how good it, and I'm talking even if they're playing well. If Kolek has been playing well in the summer league, if Pacom Dadier was playing well consistently, and McCullough has been doing what he's been doing, and I think Huck Porty's been doing what he's been doing, because I think they've both been fine. Little erratic with McCullough, but
yeah, they look
fine.
good.
It don't matter. I still wouldn't think any of those dudes are better than Yabusele. I don't think any of those dudes are better than Jordan Clarkson. The Knicks needed to go out and get somebody because these dudes didn't have enough to go from third string to second string yet. So that's something that no one's really talked about, but that's the bottom line too. We're talking about it because it's in front of us. But let's just look at them for what they are. They're young kids, even though they're a little older and they should be a little bit more polished. With time, I think they will be, but that still doesn't mean that they can take their game to the levels of what we'd expect from a second stringer and possibly somebody who can do spot starts, on a little bit of a consistent basis if we ran into injuries. So these guys may not.
And we should have seen that coming, like you said. Sorry to interrupt. We should have seen that because they didn't even play last year.
But I think,
Jay, and now.
I think the organization saw it coming. I think they could see that these young guys need more time. They need a little bit more cooking and seasoning. And that's another reason why they brought in this guy, Foy, to help these guys develop and get better so that we don't keep making investments with not an official return. Ooh, that's bars? Maybe.
That makes a lot of sense. And I definitely want to hear what Quan has to say on that. Though I think that a big trade package with some of these kids, I wish they would have balled out a little bit better in the summer league because it would have made more of an enticing package deals.
Very true. But listen, we got to give it some time and let things cook. And listen, look, the way we look at these, let's just keep in mind one last thing I'm gonna say about this. I want to get over to Karan so he can answer your main question. We're looking at a young squad of guys that did not get a chance to really play. Thibodeau's style, the rookie guys don't get a lot of burn that first year. Other teams, yes, they do the same thing. Not every rookie plays either, but there's maybe one or two that actually gets burned, even on good teams. In our case, we didn't have that, and these guys didn't get a chance to really play. So they all need time to cook. And actually them getting more consistent playing time, them going down to the G League next year, because they're going to have to do that again, and working with Foy on whatever he needs to work with them on to get them better, they might really be able to do something for us. This is the problem that we had, and maybe it's part of the reason why we couldn't afford to hold on to Emmanuel Quickly, because Quickly didn't take enough of a big enough step to say, okay, we got to pay you $30 million, but we know you're a bucket, you're a baller. We can win with you. We don't have to go out and get Mikal Bridges, because you've already developed into the guy that we can build with. But he didn't. He was still behind in that progression, yet his salary expectations had already caught up to being in the NBA, so he needed to get paid. So we can't afford to do that right now. We're trying to win a championship. That's it.
No doubt about it. And Brunson changed that entire timeline and pay line. Even though he took the cut, it still changed the trajectory of the pay line and the time that people were going to get it.
Agreed. So let me ask, get over to Karan. Karan, what's your thoughts on that? Could you envision the Knicks having, combo guards at both positions? So like that would allow Brunson to be able to play off guard for maybe an extended period of time here and there throughout the game to get him in more of his scoring bag. And also, do you think it can even happen with this current Knicks team, or will we have to make a move like getting rid of Mikal?
Well, man, it's a lot going on. I real quickly, I want to add to what you said, Ron. I think everything you said about the rookies is 100%. The only rookie that might go into a second string spot consistently is Ariel.
Yeah, Huck Porty.
And maybe McCullough, only just based off of the raw potential, but we don't really know because we hadn't seen it. So I wouldn't bank on that, right? Like I wouldn't make the decision, I'm not going to sign Smart. Let me get McCullough because I think he has the potential to be that. I still would go get Smart. But to add to what you to answer that question about the combo guard, that's why I keep talking about Marcus Smart. I even brought up Brogdon, but I forgot to mention that, yeah, he didn't want to come to New York. But if I could get those guys, to me, and a lot of guys that, yeah, I know y'all don't agree with this. I think those guys, I would start those guys because they're veteran guys with experience and they do exactly what Jay Chosen is saying. I agree 100%. I think when you look at the model of success that we've seen this past year, whether it was Boston with Holiday and White, whether it was Indiana with Nembhard and Halliburton, right? You having that interchangeable Nembhard at the 2, I would love to get I know it would never happen, but I would love to get Nembhard at the 2 with Brunson. My guy, honestly, and I'm gonna keep it real. Some of y'all gonna get upset. Some of y'all gonna get upset. But if Boston hit me right now and said they will send Derek White to the Knicks, I am giving up Mikal Bridges. I'm sorry. I know that's going. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. I understand you guys love Villanova, but Derek White is exactly what we need with Brunson. He shoots the 3 ball at a very efficient clip. He can handle the ball. He's a ball handling point guard that can play off guard, right? You can interchange him perfectly. He's what we need. And then OG Anunoby, because these guys convinced me that Yabusele is not a better option to start. If I can get OG Anunoby at the 3, and then we could get Yabusele or do something at the 4, but they convinced me to keep OG at the 3. But I would love, because that move will also put OG at the 3, where now I feel like he's going to be even better defensively, like a linebacker who can be in more of a help position, because we know the forward position is not the strongest position most of the time. Most of the it's mostly guards and then some big guys. Other than that, you may come across a Tatum every now and then, but I think OG at the 3 would be perfect. But that's the guy who I want. I really want Derek White or Nembhard, but I really want Derek White. It's not going to happen.
I'm just going to tell you, we were talking about it Saturday, and that came up, and I said the same. I would take Derek White, and I would give up Mikal. But then when we were talking, some of us were like, I don't know if Mikal will be enough. Like, we maybe have to sweeten the deal to get Derek White. Derek White is a bucket, and he plays defense.
Bucket. And he plays defense.
And not only that, but Tatum went down, right? So Tatum went down, and they're going to be depleted as it is. And if he's a bucket, right, and Mikal's not a bucket, right, but Mikal's a two-way player, right? So you got to look at whatever it might be. So maybe it might be Mikal, and I'm going to call him Miles until he starts acting like Deuce, right? So maybe Miles and Mikal sent over to Boston, because when we started talking about White, I agree with you on White. That would be the perfect 1-2 punch. And then you slide OG to the 3. I might even start Yabusele at the 4 and put Towns at the 5. And then in the second unit, because Hart could rebound and do all those things, you would have a running gun unit, but both of them could dribble the ball. Both of them can handle the ball. And let's not forget that just because you pick up White doesn't mean that one of them doesn't sit down for rest and come in and play with that second unit with Clarkson and Hart and Mitch and that type of sort. And that's why I think somebody like maybe Huck might be the only one, because of the size, that would have a chance to do so. Because man, you answered exactly what I would love to see. Exactly what I would love to see. And I think
but there's one thing you guys might have missed. There's one thing you guys might have missed. Remember, the report came out that in order to get a Derek White deal done, they would have to give up a Mikal Bridges to get White. So I don't think the Knicks want to trade Mikal Bridges, right? if the Knicks were to contact Boston today and say, hey, and remember, and here's another reason why Boston would want to do it. Mikal's expiring contract, right? Derek White is making, I'm not sure what he's making. I think he has like 3 more years on his deal. Expiring contracts are gold for Boston, right? They're trying to retool everything, right? So I think it could happen. I just don't think the Knicks want to trade Mikal. I see him at Summer League. I think the only way they'll trade Mikal is if Giannis magically became available and you had to ship him in that deal. But I don't think the Knicks want to trade Mikal. I think we're probably going to hear that they're going to have a deal lined up sometime, this summer. I don't see them going into the season without locking up Mikal, especially if there's no hope at getting Giannis, right? So I think that's the only barrier. But if we didn't do the trade for White, I give Deuce a shot, man. Screw it. Give Deuce a shot, man.
You would have to give somebody, because you need that second unit to be solidified, and I see that because of the lack of defense of Towns as the big man and Brunson as the small man, lacking the defense, you're gonna have to keep in, if we don't get rid of Mikal, you're going to have to keep them in there to start and all that. But I do see it the way you're saying it with the expiring contract is gold. It's more like platinum for Boston right now with Tatum's issue with the people that they had to pay. They already got rid of Porzingis. Right now, I hope they explore that. We could figure out a point guard. We could figure out with that veteran. We could figure out a different point guard. I would even take back somebody from last year to play. Somebody else to run it.
But you really don't have to figure out a point guard, Jay, because Derek White is a point guard. He's turned in.
No, I meant for the second for the. But you're right. No, you don't need it because, like I said before, they could start together. And then as you interchange it, one stays on the court with the second unit, and then you get back to the first unit, and then the other one stays on the court with the second unit.
Right.
So you're always going to have a point guard. You're right. That's exactly it. You're always going to have a point guard for both units. And if you start that combo 1-2 as White and captain, then you're always going to have the defense guessing on every single thing. Who's going to have the ball, where they're going to pass it, where the hell is Brunson, where's Brunson, and they're going to be chasing them all over the place, giving Towns the opportunity, giving OG more opportunity, giving Yabusele more opportunity, and White's a bucket. That should be the move instantaneously. 2 combo guards starting for us, and the rest is history. I think that right there would put us in a serious.
That's interesting.
Serious number 1.
Hey, Jay, listen, I appreciate
championship.
I appreciate the call, my guy. I want to see if we can get a couple more people in before I shut it down. But hey, listen, you gave us something to think about. I don't know if it can happen, but it's something. I think it's something that the Knicks should honestly keep in the back of their mind going towards the trade deadline and seeing how Mikal Bridges looks this year in comparison to last year. But this is what I want to say. I want to say 2 things real quick. Yeah. One, I have a feeling that the trade will never happen because my feeling is that Mikal Bridges is going to play better this year. And people are not going to want to lose Mikal Bridges when you see how much better he plays this year and more consistent than he was last year. So I think it'll be a moot point. And I think even you, Jay, will say, you know what, maybe I don't see the need for the 2 combo guards now because Mikal has played so much better and we're using him differently and the team is moving differently. So the style of play, I could see it becoming better, so you won't want it. But I'm not saying it could not happen. It could be, another bad year. We'll see. Now, the flip side, the other thing I wanted to say too is this is just for all the people out there. Look, believe me when I tell you, everybody, I don't like giving credit. I don't like looking at other people in a certain way over my guys. I'm going to tell you right now, Derek White is nice. Okay, we may not want to
Nice.
face it. Derek White is nice. I remember when Derek White came into the league with San Antonio, he was a straight point guard. He could score, but he was a straight point guard. He was getting assists. He was diming. Then all of a sudden, he started to get into his offensive bag a little bit more. He was more of a 2-point shooter. He shot threes, but he was a 2-point mid-range guy.
2-point, yeah.
Then he goes to Boston. All of a sudden, he's
yep.
shooting threes everywhere. Now he's a freaking bucket. Like, he has evolved every step of the way to who he is now. And the other thing he evolved in San Antonio, that's the reason why San Antonio gets you. You know, you got to play defense. He was okay playing defense. In Boston, he was good. He's like really good at it as a defender playing the guard. So all I'm saying, guys, is we may not want to look at it, but I'm telling you, Derek White is good. Like, he's good.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, he's good. And I'm going to hang up on this note. Another reason they don't want to probably get rid of Bridges is that 5 picks, even though we know those picks, some of them are still junior high school players and don't really matter. The truth of the matter is that a lot of times an organization wants to save face on the original trade that they made, so they don't get rid of the person. So whether or not, if Bridges doesn't play well, he'll still be here maybe because of the same face. And I hope to God they don't do that.
Yeah, but
I hope to God that they look around and they might make a move.
I don't think they'll think that way, Jay, because remember what we talked about, because we've had a lot of time to talk people off the ledge when it comes to these 5 picks. If the Knicks make a lateral move, then of course you can criticize and you can pick it apart. But if the Knicks make a move that's equal to the player that you currently have or better, you're not thinking about, if the Knicks trade Mikal Bridges tomorrow for Giannis, nobody talking about no 5 picks. If the Knicks trade Mikal Bridges for Derek White and Derek White comes in here and lights up everybody for the Knicks, ain't nobody talking about no 5 picks. That's what I'm saying.
You're right about that, brother.
Trade, you got to be
100% on that.
But anyway, I don't think Mikal's going anywhere. Shout out to Mikal. I'm wishing for the best for him, but I think Mikal's going to be really good this year. I think with the addition of Mike Brown and with that guy Foy here, I think they're going to get the best out of him. So I think look for Mikal Bridges to have a really good season. So there you go.
And you know me, I'm cheering for the name in the front. So if he does well, I'm going to give him his flowers. I never, ever, ever, ever will crap on one of our guys because I just plainly don't like him. The fact of the matter is, if he plays well and he does what he's supposed to do, because last year was him trying to find his lane. Now this year could be a completely different story. So let's see what happens. But I like that White move, and I think I'm going to go at least try to make a Knicks Derek White jersey. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about it.
All right,
listen, guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate you. As always, blessings to both you and your families.
All right,
thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, my guy.
All right, my guy. We'll be talking. Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go. Latest.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That is Jay Chosen. Man, listen, Jay Chosen want to come in here and drop bombs in here. Ooh-wee, the phone lines is hot. They couldn't wait. Let's go. Shout out to the next caller. You are on live with SKF Weekly. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Newcastle, Delaware.
Oh, man. Kareem. Great. What up, Kareem? What up, my brother?
Salute.
What's going on?
What's happening,
How
brother?
you doing?
Chilling, man. Good to hear from you, man. What's happening, man? First off, how are you? How's the family?
Oh, we're good, man. We're good. Man. Can't complain at all. What's up with Karan? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Listen, I'm in a great place talking Knicks, man. I could do this all night, man. Literally.
Hey, here's a fun fact. I have a twin sister named Karana.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, wait.
After the book of
all
Quran.
your families have all your family members have K, right?
Yeah. It was funny is that my mom is Jewish and my dad is Muslim. So I grew up with the last name Greenfield. But later on it got changed to Grant because people kept asking questions like, how do you get a Jewish name and a Muslim first name?
Right. Hey man, that's what makes you unique.
Yeah. We blend the family. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Love that. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, real quick. I don't want to hold y'all all up, but when we was talking about Mike Brown coaching the team and stuff, but one thing people don't realize is that Mike Brown will actually coach the team. You know, they had practice because remember Thibodeau, they went through drills, but they didn't practice. They had a lot of breaks. So I think this will give the Knicks more advantage and give them more continuity when they play this season. So I think that will help them a lot. And I'm not a big Mike Brown fan, but I'm gonna give him credit on that because look what happened in Sacramento. So I think with the arsenal that he has now, that with the Knicks, I think he will flourish more than what he had at Sacramento because he just had like bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying? But he made it work. So I think this season he'll have a better advantage this time. And now, since he just got hired, now they get more time to practice compared to what happened last year with Thibodeau. You know what I'm saying? So
right. No, I mean
that's all I wanted to say.
No. Yeah, listen,
Okay,
appreciate the call, man. Thank you for that. Have you been watching the Summer League at all?
Yeah, I've been forcing myself to watch it.
Sorry about that.
I still see potential in some players. So I know that we look bad, but I see some shiny pieces in it. But I will say that I know we was bashing Kolek a little bit, but I like you said, give him some slack, because we saw the difference last year compared to this year. Something's off.
Yeah.
But I will say that between Kolek, Dadier, McCullough, and Huck, and even Bokamp, they should be looking at these teams like lunchtime because they do have the experience and they've been in the G League and they also been playing here and there in the season. So they have that experience. So I don't know what's wrong, but they should be looking down like, look, yeah, we gonna work with y'all in this game. So I don't know. Hopefully, and then tomorrow they play a little better. Definitely Kolek, because I know he has the potential, but he just seemed a little off. Give him a chance.
Yeah. No, I think I can agree with you on that, and I think that another thing that works for Kolek is that when Mike Brown actually gets a chance to get his training camp going and starts orchestrating his plays and motion offense type stuff and trying to do different things, he's going to see the talent of Tyler Kolek, like being able to orchestrate the plays he wants running, moving the ball around the court and getting guys the ball. And Kolek is special at that. He's good at it, guys. No matter what we saw so far in this summer league, we can't let those 2 summer league games replace what we did see from his time on the NBA floor, what we saw from him actually being the starting point guard and running the Knicks for a full preseason game versus the Washington Wizards. And also his time in the G League. Even though I know the G League, they don't play no damn defense. I say that all the time. I mean, man had 30 and 8 and 11. He had a damn near triple-double 2 times. And then I think another 2 times he had a triple-double, or maybe at least once he had a triple-double. The point is he was a bucket and getting busy and passing the ball to everybody in the G League. Once he's got the ability to run the show and he's confident, look out. But whatever. For right now, we can all be a little side-eye when it comes to Kolek. But I think he's going to be all right. He just won't be able to play. That's all. That's
right. Absolutely.
All right, my brother.
We're not going to hold y'all, but shout out to everybody in the chat and much love to y'all.
Salute.
Thank you, my guy. I appreciate it, Kareem. Listen, you take care of yourself.
See you Saturday.
Yes, that's right. Till we speak again. All right, my brother.
Nice.
All right.
So once again, guys, the number is sorry.
Where's Yuri at? He wanted to call up. Where's Yuri?
347-30. Oh, somebody's calling now. I don't know. We'll see who this is. Caller, you're on live with SKF Weekly. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Yuri.
Hey, there you go. See, you got through.
Salute, Yuri.
What's going on? I thought you had the number saved. What's going on? Yes.
What's going on?
Everyone apparently was waiting for me. I see on deals in the chat.
Okay. Get the hat. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I get your name up there. Hold on. Yuri's in the building. Okay. All right,
y'all
Yuri.
get set up.
There you go. Okay. All right. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good. What's on your mind, brother? I know you've been chomping at the bit. I got your guy Karan over here because I know you like a staple on the call-up show. What's on your mind, brother?
I was watching the summer league game. When I watched the summer league game, the first two games, right? I'm not really concerned about how the games go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I always look to see how the players develop, including Kolek, including Pacom, including Ariel, including Mohan. While I am a little side-eyed at Kolek, I will admit he did get a little bit better on the defensive end. He's not getting beat off the dribble as much. He actually been doing a good job keeping his man in front of him, in my eyes. So there's some improvement on it on the defensive end. I think he just had a bad stretch of games, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We've all seen players have a bad stench of summer games in the summer league, and then they later on become good in the regular season and preseason starts. So I'm not really worried about Kolek. So fair point out there.
And hold on one second, Yuri. Before you continue, let me do this. Here we go. Let me just do this for the people out there. Just one time for the one time, because people be forgetting, man. I just want us all to remember. Let's not forget. I don't know if you can see your screen while you're talking, but let me do this real quick and let me get this going.
I can see.
Okay. I gotta remove this. Sorry. There we go. One time for the one time.
Go. That was a great pass.
I remember this.
Mm-hmm. This is with the NBA. Look at the what? Okay.
Well, we've seen him do good on the NBA floor. And yes, people want to say, oh, it's the Wizards. Oh, it's a Mavs team that was injured. That's still experience in the NBA.
Look at that. Look at just setting guys
up. I saw that. That's why I got out of the comments, man.
Yeah.
they're gonna hate no matter, not hate, but they're gonna have something negative to say no matter what.
We've seen players do good in the summer league and do bad in the summer league. Players adjust differently to how it goes. That's why I'm not worried about Kolek. Is it concerning? Yes, it is. Let's not beat around the back. It is concerning.
Okay,
but
all right.
We got to remember this is the summer league, where people can have their worst games of the season.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. I listen. I have zero concerns about a summer league game, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. I barely watch. I only watch because I cover this stuff. So if I didn't have to cover this, I probably wouldn't watch because it's not gonna mean nothing at the end of the day. You got guys dropping 30, right? And those guys are not even gonna make teams. So it is what it is.
Kevin Knox, for God's sake. Seriously, do I got to pull a Kevin Knox card on y'all?
No. But also too, Yuri, the system. Remember, Kolek is a system player. Clearly, the system, whether they implemented a system or not, I'm not trying to knock nobody. These guys found out 2 days before, so there was no time to prepare. When Kolek is in a structured system, he looks way better. So that's another thing too with the summer league. We gotta give Kolek a little bit of grace in that regard. And even though it was the Wizards, the man played on an NBA team. This is not he's not like a rookie. If he was a rookie who never played and he showed out like this, oh man, there's a little concern there. But we seen what Kolek could do.
And remember, these are all players from all different teams, all fighting for a spot, all fighting for minutes. Just fighting to keep their rotation spot, even if they're young guys. These are players that have been working and grinding all year, waiting for this moment in the summer league, just to show what they can do. Remember, Boston has players, Detroit has players, Knicks even have players grinding just to get in a spot.
Yeah.
Everyone
that
has
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I just think that
moving on from the summer league.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say,
Bridges,
Yuri, I just wanted to say
Leon
one thing real quick, Yuri. I just wanted to say, no one's capping for Kolek. Kolek still has to step up and show he can be a player on the NBA squad. All we were saying is that he's a system guy, and things need to work a certain way for him to be effective. We know that he is not. I want to say that he needs more time with his shot because of his confidence, but he's a good shooter to me. I don't think he's a great shooter, but I think he's a good enough shooter. I think he's a decent shooter. His floor general stuff that he commands out there, his ability to pass and see the floor, he's great at that. He can break somebody down off the dribble. Yes, it takes him a little bit more work because he may not be as quick as other players, but he can still do it. And I also think that he's very crafty in certain ways. He still needs to learn a little bit more about that, but that's it. He just needs to learn how to be a little bit more efficient and consistent in how he plays. But I did want to say before Yuri continues, it's not like we never seen guys who played in this NBA that were not athletic, that were great players.
That's a fact.
You know, there's guys who are specialists, like 3-point shooters, like the smaller Mark Prices of the world. But then you had two dudes on the same team that are both Hall of Famers. One was our coach, Jeff Hornacek, and freaking John Stockton. Those dudes wasn't athletic
at all.
At all. So,
and it's all fault for hyping our own players up. It's our own fault because we do compare him to John Stockton. We were comparing Mohamed Diallo to Pascal Siakam, for God's sake. Can we at least see them how they are before we say anything? Like, come on now. I'm getting at some of y'all in the comment section, but it's true. Can we stop capping about the whole John Stockton, Tyler Kolek comparison? Like, Jesus Christ.
Mark Price.
Yes, thank you. I know, Anthony.
I've seen that before.
I know he's not. I know. I'm just saying there's guys that have been good in the league, and if you want, I can name somebody in this century, in this decade, that was unathletic but still a very good player in the league. But anyway, continue, Yuri.
And moving on, I'm just going to give my own thought on the summer league. Pacome, Ariel, and Mohamed Diawara, as of right now, that is subject to change, right? But they look like they took a step up in their development. Hands down. Mohamed looks like he's playing it for his life. Because we heard reports that Mohamed was supposed to go back to Europe after the summer league run. He's now the Knicks are giving him a different eye, like, yo, we might actually give you a contract if you continue to play.
I mean, that's true. I mean, he does look like, I will say that Diawara looks like, you could tell he's got some skill. Like it's right. Like, and this is why all I want to say is I feel like I don't, that's who I am, guys. I'm the voice of reason. He's the objective Knicks fan. I'm the voice of reason here. I feel like the Knicks in these two summer league games have played so bad and looked so discombobulated and unorganized that the guys on the team are suffering, right? Guys like Diawara, who look like they could go get it, is suffering because people are so clustered. They don't know where to be. They don't know how to make space for anybody. Like, it's just like, we got to learn how to play better. If these guys in the next two games can open it up a little bit, give them some more space and allow these guys to transition better when they're up and down the court, we might see some special play. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
You got to learn how to see through that. Like for me, like if I see a lady with a lot of makeup on, it's like, it's not the makeup that makes you hot. So like, even though like we're looking at basketball, we're looking at the chaotic basketball, but you could see that Diawara has skills. He can hustle. He rebounds. I'm like, man, that dude was rebounding the ball. He dribbling off the rebound. See, those things are valuable to me. Now, does that mean I would give him the rookie contract, the rookie, minimum? I don't know, because there's guys from other teams that I'm like, damn, we just need to make the call, sign this guy. There's a guy named Jones Garcia. This guy is incredible. I don't know why he doesn't have a deal. He plays with San Antonio. I'm like, yo, if I'm Leon Rose, I'm making that call. Hey, shut him down. You know, the guy was playing. He's playing point guard. He's a 2 guard. They had him playing point guard. Just like, you know, because a lot of teams are just in that, you know, throwing things together, you know, because it's summer league. You don't really got time to prepare. And the guy, you know, he really handled himself well. So, you know, I don't know if I would give Diawara that contract as opposed to another rookie on another team. So I don't know.
I think they were going to give a rookie contract to. They're going to give a rookie contract to somebody else. I don't think they're going to give it to one of the players. But moving on from the summer league, I think so far for the summer league, I'm going to touch off on this because I do want to talk about the Mikal Bridges thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's been, while it has been ugly these past 2 games, it feels like the rookies last year, besides Kolek, who's side-eye right now, Bacone, Ariel, Kevin McCullough Jr., and one of the draft picks that we got from the 51st first pick, they look like they're NBA ready on an offense. The defense, Najee looks more ready. James Najee looks ready on the NBA defense. Ding Tate is NBA ready on the athleticism that he displayed.
Mm-hmm.
Ding Tate's going to get a G League contract. Let's just put it out there right then and there. He's going to spend time in a G League.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges now. I saw Mikal Bridges with Leon Rose and Mike Brown. That, to me, is a good sign because that tells me there's a deal on the way.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen. It might happen at the Summer League. Or we could damn well hear it probably tomorrow. The fact that Mikal Bridges is with Mike Brown and Leon Rose, that's awesome. Because that at least gives me some idea that, okay, they're going to try to talk about some deal. And that he'll probably be signed here with the Knicks. Another thing, Deuce McBride and Mike Brown. Deuce McBride and Mike Brown have been talking. Mike Brown's been talking with all his players.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things about Mike Brown is he wants to establish relationships with players. Does that remind anyone of the last coach you had, David Fitzgerald?
Mm.
But at the same time, though, he's no David Fitzgerald. His resume speaks for himself.
Right.
Let's not even mention Dave Fizdale.
Mike Brown knows relationships is important, especially in a player league. You have to develop relationships with all your players, and that's awesome.
Man, Yuri, I think you kind of have nailed what it is that we're looking at, because it is what it is. It's nothing too crazy. These guys have certain abilities that would translate to the NBA game. It's just that that may not be enough. And 2, we are in such a unique position, guys. And I swear, I feel like some of us don't really accept it or really understand where we're at. We are a championship contending team.
Nice.
We don't look at players the same way we used to. We don't look at rookies. We don't look at draft picks. We don't look at players in that same light. We are different now. We've already I keep saying it. I know some of you are like, damn, Ron's going to say it again. Yes, I am, because it's like a broken record, because it's true. We have 7 strong. Now we just acquired 2 more with Clarkson and Yabusele. That's 9 strong. We're talking about possibly getting another vet in here. That would be 10 strong.
10 strong, yeah.
And then we got Ariel Hukporti.
Loves this 10 to 11 man rotation.
Exactly. After that, you know how we used to say when it comes to Thibs, 8 or 9. Okay, after that, 9, why are we talking about them? They ain't playing. Yeah, 10 or 11. And I'm saying 11 because that's fair with Mike Brown. Mike Brown will go 11 on occasion.
If
he won't go all the time. On occasion, he'll go 11. And we say that because that could be Hukporti. And especially if they bring in Marcus Smart. If they bring in Marcus Smart, those 10 dudes, the 9 we already named and Marcus Smart, that's it. Ariel Hukporti you may see in situational, and that the rest of them dudes, I don't care how good they are in the summer league. I don't care how good they are in practice. None of them is beating out the guys who are already on the roster getting paid the millions, because these guys are NBA ballers. They know how to ball. They go and do what they got to do in practice. They do it in the games. So we just have to face it. Knicks are on a different page. Just on a different page.
No.
And I get it.
100%.
I was a Tom Thibs. Yeah.
Oh man, Yuri's being summoned. But yeah, but I get where it's going, and hope everything's okay over there, Yuri.
Hope everything's okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the Sacramento Kings, right? They play like 10, 11 guys. You know, they play 10 because I'm looking at the games and the minutes.
Right.
Okay, my dad was calling me, so that's why.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm back now.
All right. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up what you were going to say, brother. My bad.
Yeah, no. Mike Brown used to run 10 to 11 on Sacramento. And here's the thing, y'all. Mike Brown wanted OG Anunoby on the Kings. He wanted OG. I think everyone's forgetting about that.
I didn't talk about that. Yeah.
He did. He did.
Mike Brown told the Kings front office, get me OG Anunoby because OG was on the trading block.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown saw potential in OG in that Kings system. And guess what? If you had to give me money on who called out Thibs in that exit meeting, I don't think it was Mikal at all. Matter of fact, I think it was OG Anunoby. I think he threatened the Knicks to say, yo, I ain't going to trade me. I don't want to play for Thibs.
It could be anyone at this point.
I think it was.
It could have been one or both. I could see it being both OG and Mikal. Just saying.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, hey, Yuri, listen, man. We could talk all night, and I know if this was the Objective Knick Fan show, you'd be going for about another hour and a half because he'd be staying to the wee hours in the morning.
We gotta cut it short. I know.
But hey, man, I appreciate the call, my brother. Anything else you want to say right before you go?
I'm gonna say this. I'm excited for this 2025-2026 season, y'all. For me, I'm gonna be honest. I know it's not fair for Mike Brown's first year, but we all should embrace it's finals or bust this year for the Knicks. We should all want to smoke. We shouldn't be afraid anymore. The East is wide open. Wide open than it's ever been. We should all embrace it's finals or bust. Period. Good night, y'all. Fair. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Yuri. Have a good night, brother.
God bless.
You know, shout out to the chat once again. Everybody who's joined. East Blue Drew in the building. B Willis is here. D Public Enemy #1. Appreciate you. SASS guy. SAS guy. Appreciate you. All right. One more caller. This is the last one.
Hey, we do one more.
One more caller. Caller, you are live on SKF Weekly. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Ice Water, man.
Ice, what's going on, my brother?
Salute.
Yeah. What's going on?
Chilling, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
I'm sorry if I sound a little frustrated.
No, it's the summer league. I know.
I got off the phone with a friend of mine arguing about Bronny James.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't put that in your heart.
Bronny.
There's some things that you don't need to be arguing about, bro.
Yeah. These LeBron fans, I swear to God, they're just so annoying. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible, bro. One second before you cook, I just wanted to say also a quick shout out to my guy Lee Escobedo in the building. Appreciate you, Lee. Listen, guys, if y'all haven't checked out Nick of Time show, I don't know what you're doing, what you're waiting for. Nick of Time show, one of the best that ever did it in this Knicks community for content, and one of the reasons why I even have a show to call my own, because of the work that Nick of Time show did, and Nothing But Knicks. They're the reasons. They're what I saw. They're the blueprint. That's the reason why I even wanted to have a show. So appreciate Lee. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Ebony. Shout out to my guy Fritz, and always shout out to the incomparable Mr. J Ellis over there at Nick of Time show. Appreciate you. Okay, my bad, Ice. Continue.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. I caught the tail end of your last caller. He sounded very enthusiastic about season coming up. I wish I could share his enthusiasm. Took some years off my life finding out that Mike Brown was hired. I'm just not a Mike
Oh,
Brown
man.
fan, man. I just, God have mercy. But anyway, it is what it is. What can you do? All you can do is just hope for the best. But Mike Brown does not give me any optimism or hope or anything like that. He just really doesn't.
One thing that I want to say is sometimes, you can do too much, right? I think, I don't even remember. So much been going on, what I was hearing and what happened in this show. I don't know if Karan said it on this show or if he said it on his show. When we was talking about when we decided to make that move when we traded Shumpert and
yes.
and J.R. Smith.
That was on this show, I think. Yeah.
Sometimes you could do too much, right? And I think with regards to Mike Brown, I think Sacramento did too much. I think they could have tweaked that roster that they had a little bit. And they could have had even more success, but they made too much of a change, right? And then they put money in certain players and they let maybe a couple other players walk. But I think it was a mistake that they got rid of Kevin Huerter. I liked him. I liked what he did for their team. He gave them athleticism. He gave them good shooting, and he bought in on defense. And they got rid of, they had him forever, but they got rid of Barnes. I thought Barnes was a big part of their defensive effort over there, and realized that they turned into an offensive squad. And when he was trying to implore them to play defense, he didn't have enough horses. So I think they did a little too much. And as much as you want to say a guy like Sabonis is special, he's going to give you rebounds. He don't play no defense. Like Sabonis, the Sabonis gets cooked. Julius Randle used to love cooking Sabonis. Like that. This is just like, I just think Sacramento might have did a little too much and the reason why I say that is because don't forget, remember there was it 2 years or 3 years ago where Sacramento came out the gate with the best record in the league? They were the best in the West. And then it's somehow down the stretch, down the end, it fell apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But continue, Ice. I just think that the reason why I'm saying this to you specifically, as well as other fans out there, is I'm sort of with you. I'm not 100% all in on Mike Brown either. Do I know he's a great coach? Yeah, I'm going to call him a great coach. He's a great coach. If you're able to have consistent track record of winning, have close to or over 100 victories as opposed to losses, if you have a winning percentage in the playoffs, if you've won Coach of the Year 2 times, if you've been to the NBA Finals 6 times and been an assistant coach and won 4 championships, yeah, you're a great coach. I'm going to give him that. The issue is maybe there's other little things. One, he's had to learn. I'm sure there's mistakes that he made in the past where there was certain things he didn't account for. It's the same thing that happened with Thibs. You got to learn how to be a better coach in situations. But then the other thing is, once you learned, then maybe, hey, my team, Sacramento don't have the personnel. We made these moves. Now, when I know what I need to do, I don't got the guys to do it. Like, there might be some stuff going on there, is what I'm saying, Ice. Maybe this Knick team can get him to the point where he's never been.
There you go. Bingo.
Yeah.
I still don't believe it. He's like, he's like, I don't know.
Listen, there's a reason that people study history.
Right.
There's a reason for that. And Mike Brown's history, I mean, you talk about with Sacramento, had a really good first year and it was downhill from there. How long did he last with the Lakers?
Was it 2
6
seasons
months
or 1 season?
I don't even think it was. No, it wasn't even the whole season.
It wasn't even. Well, listen. In fairness, was LeBron James on that team?
No. Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that was the Kobe years. Well, I mean, listen, he benched Kobe.
Got rid of him.
He benched Kobe too, so
Kobe got rid of him.
Yeah, but them Kobe teams wasn't good though. That's not act like he.
Well, that was right.
Like, that was
he took over right after Phil Jackson, so they weren't moribund yet.
Right.
They still had Pau Gasol. They still had Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Most of his record comes from peak LeBron.
Mm.
You know, so I hear you. I mean, you know, I hear the comments. Yeah, you know, he's had to learn some things. You know, he's had to adjust, and now he can come here. Heard the same thing about Thibs. You know, oh yeah, he's learned some things being away from the game, and look what happened. He fell right back into what he knows. You know, so again, you know, I'm not optimistic. You talk about Sabonis, and Sabonis doesn't play any defense. What center do we have that is just like that? You know, so you know, I'm really not that optimistic about, you know.
I mean, we do still have got Mitchell Robinson,
especially with the East being the way that it is.
But does Jokic play defense? Like, I don't know. The Towns defense bit is just, I just hate it because no one talks about
horrible.
Jokic.
He's a horrible defender. He plays with his
Jokic
hands.
is better.
This dude
is Jokic a better defender?
Off of people.
Is Jokic a better defender? But is Jokic better?
Than Towns? Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
He's a better defender.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason that I say that is because not so much that he's locked down or he holds guys to. No, Jokic will stay out of foul trouble though. At least
because he doesn't play defense.
Stay out of foul trouble.
He doesn't play defense. That's why.
Well, but then he should play the way that the Town should play the way that Jokic plays.
And you know, honestly, the only problem, I think they're very similar in their defensive prowess or lack thereof. I think the only thing is Jokic just doesn't make the mistakes that Towns makes with his hands. He's a little bit more
stupid mistake.
Yeah, Towns just has his hands just get away from him. He's reaching in the cookie jar too much.
Right.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all I'll say.
And that's what I'm saying. He can't keep his hands off of people. Like you'll see him, he's just dying to touch somebody when they're close to him. It's just so annoying.
That's a fact.
Just, you know,
the fouls. I agree. The fouls, he's too handsy. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as the summer league goes, the kid McCullough, he's really impressive. And you know, oh Jesus Christ! Now I'm having a brain freeze. The point guard,
Kolek.
Kolek. You know, Kolek is, you know, what it is, what he is. I think, you know, Kolek should be able to step in. Y'all might disagree, but I think Kolek should try to. There should be a push to try to have him to be the backup point guard. Maybe he's not ready. I'm not sure, but it looks like he has the intangibles to do it. He needs to be a little bit of a better shooter. But I would rather the Knicks try to develop him than to bring in somebody else and try to have them to be the backup point guard. I think somebody mentioned the guy that used to play for the Celtics.
Oh, Malcolm Brogdon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, him. But not him.
Not him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's late. I'm having a brain freeze.
That's okay. But, I can't think of who you.
But Malcolm Brogdon is the same thing. He can never stay healthy. You know, I would just.
He only played 24 games.
Oh, he's talking about Smart. He's talking about Marcus Smart.
Oh, Marcus Smart. Okay, yeah. Sorry,
Marcus Smart. Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't think about him, but yeah.
I'm like, how do I? We talk about him all show. All of a sudden I forgot who he is. Yeah. I mean, listen, the like you said, the only problem that affects these guys, and especially someone like Kolek, is if they bring in another point guard with that veteran. If they decide to hold on to it, which I don't know why they would, but if they did, then Kolek has a shot. Because I honestly believe that when they get into off-season mode and run sets and motion offenses and all that stuff, Kolek has a really good chance to beat out Deuce for that job, because that should be Kolek's bag. Now, and the other thing that could help Kolek too is if he can get his confidence back and get back to splashing the net a little bit, then that'll put him in a great standing with Mike Brown to say, oh yeah, he reads the floor well, he orchestrates how I want him to, and he knocks down the open shot. That's what he's got to do. If he don't knock down the open shot, then Deuce would win that battle anyway. Because at least Deuce, Deuce had struggles too, but here and there, Deuce still got them scoring chops. It's not always where we like it to be, but it's still there.
I think Jordan Clarkson is the barrier for Kolek more so than Deuce.
You think so?
Because I think Clarkson will be the one bringing up the ball. And initiating more offense, how Malik Monk does.
You might be right. I mean, I know he still classifies as a point guard, right? That's his actual role.
Technically,
I see him as a shooting guard.
Malik Monk is who I'm thinking about. That's why
I would more want to see him as a shooting guard than a point guard.
And that actually, you know what? I see where you're going. You are already thinking next level. That's very true. Seeing how certain players on this Knicks team can equate to how Mike Brown has used other players in the past. And Jordan Clarkson could definitely fit into a Malik Monk type of role for Mike Brown.
Right.
I see your point. I see what you're saying.
The only other thing that I have, I know it's late, I want to keep you guys on. One of the biggest disappointments of last year to me was Mikal Bridges. When the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges, the 5 picks, I was like, whatever, that's a great pickup. But boy, was he disappointing. And it's not so much about the offensive end. He was really disappointing defensively throughout the season. How are you guys with re-signing Mikal Bridges?
I'll speak real quick and let Karan go. As long as he gives the Knicks some level of discount. I heard initially, I'll say it again for those who may not know, or he wanted the max, which would be for 4 years, 156, 4 years, 156, which equates to around $39 million per year. That's a lot of money, and a lot of money that I don't think the Knicks want to pay him at this moment. If the season had turned out better, I still don't know if they would want to pay it, because the Knicks are still really trying to stay below that second apron as much as they possibly can. The only way they'll feel comfortable, I think, and that's what most teams, the only way you feel comfortable hitting the second apron is if you know you've got a winner. Like OKC just decided to pay all their guys because they won. Right, and they got young guys. These guys are going to be here for a minute. Yeah, let's give them the money. We here. We're not going to make the same mistake we made last time with our young guys. We'll pay these.
Right.
So, right, exactly. So I think the Knicks are in that situation where they're just not quite sure yet that they're piecing it all together like this is it. And until we get this season and it plays out, they'll know better. But I think they're looking for the discount. So that's either Mikal taking less per year, or I saw something mentioned a couple weeks ago that Mikal was considering doing a 3-year deal, which he still will want the max, but 3 years instead of 4 years looks a little bit more attractive to the Knicks. So that's something to think about. Go ahead, Karan. What's your thoughts on all that?
Especially if that last year is a team option. I think that the thing about Mikal is like what Ron was saying, the discount, right? Like, I don't want to think like how I think, because I know it's definitely way different. But if Mikal was giving me 20 a game, I would have no issue with giving him the money, because, to be honest, the second apron is inevitable, right? Now, what you don't want to do is make a salary dump trade harder by overpaying too. So, like, you give him the max. Now the other teams are like, I don't know. That contract is kind of massive for what we want. So that's another thing to be mindful of Mikal, especially if he doesn't live up to the hype. I think it's going to be very difficult for him at the 2-guard position. I don't want to see that for him. I think that if you can, or I mean, hey, maybe Mike Brown, it might be different, but I think the 2-guard position is death by destruction for Mikal, because Defensively, he's going to have to guard point guards. And then offensively, especially maybe on the Mike Brown system, I don't know how he's going to run it, but usually you need that secondary playmaker out there. And I just don't think Mikal is capable of that. And I think that has to factor into this whole contract decision. So it's a really complicated scenario. That's why it wasn't just signed just like that. And then you add this whole Giannis quagmire that we're in, where it's like one day he's interested, the next day I'm going to stay in Milwaukee, but now I may still be interested. I hear they want me to go to New York. Like, it's just too much of that going on. And if they were to sign Mikal, depending on when they sign him, you have to wait 6 months before you could trade him. So the last thing you want to do is commit to Mikal, and then now you can't trade him because you got to wait this time period before you send them out in a deal. So I think some of that has to play in this too. But I think that the Mikal contract situation is a lot more sticky. And sadly, I think it's not just about what he has to do performance-wise. I think a lot of it has to do with like whether it's a Giannis trade or whether or not, you want to commit to like what Ron's saying, if you want to see how he does before you give him the money, I think that makes things complicated. I don't see that happening, but it could be another sticking point where you don't want to lock yourself. Because remember the Randall debacle, right? 1 year it was a bad contract. The next year he looked good because he was all NBA. So, it's a really dicey situation. And that's why I'm curious to see what the great Leon Rose, is going to do. But I think that if this team doesn't make it to the finals, oh yeah, you're going to see they're going to dump salary. They're going to start to do what Boston did, because they're not going to pay for a subpar product.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Giannis thing, I think is out the window. I think that's pie in the sky with Giannis. The Knicks don't have enough assets to get Giannis, and what you'd have to give up to get Giannis, you would be the New York Bucks. So I think that's pie in the sky. But I was having a conversation with my cousin, who's a big, well, not my cousin, a friend of mine that he's a big Mikal Bridges fan, and he's telling me the pros of him, and every pro that he mentioned, I think is a con. One of the biggest things for me that's annoying about Mikal Bridges is that this guy goes to the foul line how much a game? What, like twice a game, maybe, if that. Like, he refuses to drive to the basket. And he takes so little foul shots that it's just really annoying. That's why he plays so many games, because he's not getting any physical contact. Mm-hmm. And do you want to pay a guy like that $40 million a year? So if he wants the max, you got to start. To me, you got to start looking to deal him immediately.
Well, the one thing I will say about Mikal Bridges is when Mikal Bridges is on offensively and defensively, he's worth the $40 million. But he's just never shown the Knicks in particular, because that's who's got to pay him, that he can be on like that consistently. If Mikal Bridges this year shows, and I still don't, listen, but money is going around, but if he is on this year more than he was on last year, he definitely will warrant getting paid that level of money. I still hope that he would take a discount to help the team, but a guy who can play defense, a guy who was all defensive team, 1 year with Phoenix, of course, it was a while ago. But a guy who, we've seen the Knicks didn't really tap into it and really use it for all it's worth. Mikal's mid-range bag is probably one of the best in basketball. His mid-range game is top notch. And if he can sometimes, it takes a good coach, a good system to really show a player what their lane is and what they can be best at. maybe Mike Brown and whoever his assistant coaches are or whatever can talk to Mikal and say, look, the three is there. It's there for everybody in the league, and it's there for you. But if you can get in this 2 bag, you can not only take your game, he might take his game to all-star level. That's how good he is from mid-range. That mid-range game is awesome. And I feel like sometimes you see him missing mid-range shots because he's off because of the threes he's been taking. Like, he's got himself all out of whack. But when he lives in that bag, he's phenomenal. And the other thing too, I know you mentioned the whole thing about him not wanting to get to the rim, but his layup package is pretty damn good too. He don't miss a lot of layups. He finishes pretty well. He does not like to draw contact. It's fair. He doesn't get to the rim. But I tell you, it all, you can always make up for one thing if you're doing something else at a high level. So if he doesn't get to the free throw line, but he's not missing his twos, I don't care. But that's what he has to get to. He has to be aggressive, and he has to find the right shot that's going to allow him to excel and allow the team to excel. But he I think sometimes he settles for certain things because of what's available to him. But sometimes you don't have to take what the team's giving you. Even if in the past that's something you would knock down. This year, I mean, Mikal shot 35% from 3. That ain't it. Yeah, that's not 40% he was before, and 41% from the corners. That's different. So sometimes you got to make a change.
Yeah. And I would think if that's the case that you would, try to, get to the line to get some easy points, to get yourself into a rhythm by going to the free throw line and stuff like that. And he just refuses to do it, which is annoying. So, yeah. But yeah.
It's a little, it's frustrating, bro. But listen, I thank you for the call, Ice. Listen, I hear you. He's a very interesting guy. I tell you, he's it's funny. I laugh at it because I think it's funny. I've never seen somebody be inconsistent on defense. When you're a good defender, like, it's usually offense, but defense, you just go out and play. But he is sometimes inconsistent on defense, and I think it all has to do with his mental fortitude, but I don't question his integrity and the strength that his conviction and the strength that he has, because it's ironic and like an oxymoron of the other parts of his makeup. How can you be inconsistent on offense and defense yet have the intestinal fortitude to never miss a game since high school? Like, what are we talking about? It's weird as hell. I don't know, man, but whatever.
Yeah, just one more thing. I would, I know he's making a lot of money. He makes a lot more money than me, but I would pay OG Anunoby to take some ballet classes or dance lessons or something to get his footwork a little bit better, because his footwork is horrible. I just driving to the basket and so like that, especially in the playoffs, when you're looking at it, it just looked really bad.
Well, and that probably it probably accounts. I have a little different thought about it, but it probably accounts for why he falls so much, because he doesn't have great balance and great footwork. Yeah. But then part of me also feels like, and I only say this about guys that get hurt, sometimes I feel like OG falls so that he doesn't have to plant. Easier for me to just hit the ground rather than having to plant awkwardly and put. I feel a certain way about that. I knew a guy who I used to play with back. He would just fall on the ground. I'm like, why are you rolling on the ground, bro? What are you doing? I'm like, he's like, nah, man, I just didn't. I didn't like the way I felt on the mat, so I just hit the ground. I'm like, okay, all right.
That's different.
You know yourself better than me. So I'm like, all right.
That's interesting. Never thought about that.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's the case. I just think he does it so much. And when I see a guy who's had so many different levels of leg injuries, knee injuries, ankle injuries, and all this type of stuff that's happened to him, I would not be surprised if instead of planting, he'll just go a certain way. You know who does that, but he don't fall? Jalen Brunson. You guys watch this year. Now I put something in your head and he's going to mess you up. Watch Jalen Brunson, how he moves his legs around when he's jumping around the court. Watch how he tries not to plant, and he'll just hop, skip some awkward stuff, but he just doesn't want to stay plant. Just watch what I said. You be like, Ron,
That's the ankle injuries right there, boy. No.
Anyway, man, thanks for the call once again, Ice Water. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
You too, brother.
Salute.
All right, man. Great phone calls, man. Thank you guys for calling in, man. Definitely appreciate it. This is what you guys definitely help make the show what the show is. And shout out to everybody in the chat once again for really, putting some nice stuff in there. I'm sorry I couldn't highlight everything that you guys were saying, but we're trying to keep the show going. But you guys, I'm reading, and don't worry, because I'm sure Karan does this too. I know a lot of us do. I go back, I watch the show again. So if there's some stuff that's brought up that I didn't catch, I'll talk about it later. So definitely appreciate you guys. And shout out to my guy Corey Lee. Thank you for the generous super chat. Corey said, peace and salute. Queens in the building. Queens get the money. Shout out to Ron and Still Knicks fan family. 718 boys are in the building. What up, 718? Appreciate you, Corey. Thank you, my guy. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in. Shout out to everybody. Please smash the like button if you haven't already smashed it. We got over 123 across all platforms watching. So thank you guys for tuning in and showing the love. And I want to thank once again to my guy Karan, the objective Knicks fan, for being here and chopping it up with me. We always have a good time. We always have a good conversation.
Nice.
And listen, man. What's your final thoughts, final words? Shout out to Lou Boogie in the building. What up, Lou? I see you. What's your final words and your final thoughts about everything, man, before we continue?
Yeah,
and also, shout out whatever you got going on next. Oh, and by the way, he may not shout this, I'll shout it out.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my guy Karan, man. Make sure y'all show him some love this week. Friday is his birthday. He may not do his show Friday. He may do it Thursday. But if you see him on Thursday, show him love on the show and go wish him a happy birthday, man. All right, continue, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. Before I get to that, I want to salute to your man from Queens. I used to think 718 was just a Brooklyn area code. I was kind of shocked when I found out that it was Queens too. I was like, damn, but salute the Queens in the house, man.
Yeah, we thought we had Brooklyn that one.
Yeah, I was like, damn, but I realized it was Queens too. But salute, man. And man, I want to thank you, Ron, for having me on the platform. Still Knicks fans, fire. I'm so glad we connected on TikTok. It's crazy because I wasn't even gonna do a TikTok page, but I met so many cool people on TikTok. It's amazing, man. But I do appreciate you for having me on here. Like Ron said, yeah, Friday is my birthday, man. It's yeah, man. I'm officially I'm joining a new plateau.
Oh boy,
I'll talk more about that.
Oh boy,
I'll talk more about that on the call-up show. But yeah, we won't be doing it Fridays. Normally we do it Friday at 10:45, but this time we're gonna do it Thursday, probably 9:30, 10. We'll do the call-up show on Thursday, and we'll probably ring in the birthday together. Because listen, I do marathon shows on for the call-up show, so I'm up late night. So definitely, hopefully, I see you guys in the building on the Objective Knicks fan channel. But I appreciate you, Ron. This was a great show. I'm sorry if I made the show long. I feel like I made the show longer because for some reason I can't end shows, especially like call-up shows. But yeah, man, this was a good time, man. I really enjoyed myself. And one thing I wanted to say too, and this is for my Giannis people who don't think the Giannis trade could happen. The key thing for the Giannis trade is Giannis has to say he wants to come to New York. If he doesn't say it, we have no chance of getting him. But if Giannis says, I want to go to New York, Milwaukee, I built this franchise, you guys have to send me to New York. Trust me, that deal will get done. Period. That's all. But yeah, so it's not a pie in the sky. It's really on Giannis. On Giannis. Yeah.
That's a fact. And yes, shout out to Lou Boogie, Bronx is 7182. Shout out to SAS guy, SAS guy 718 is Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. Yeah, 718 is all over.
Oh, damn, Staten Island. Damn, I didn't realize it's Staten Island. So yeah, Staten Island in the house.
It's true, man. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Once again, I appreciate all the callers. Appreciate all you guys and gals in the chat. Thank you guys for always showing support. Also appreciate my guy Karan here for once again jumping on the show and rocking with me. Yeah, the show was longer, but I don't mind, because when the conversation is good, sometimes you just don't want to stop. And somebody like me who, unfortunately, can't get out of my freaking 4 and 5 hour shows on Saturdays. Like this is
not a marathon show.
This is like, oh, this is the warm up. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So once again, shout out to Jay Chosen. He subscribed. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, thank you, Jay Chosen. Salute, man. Look forward to seeing you on future shows.
Yes, sir. So once again, guys, thank you to everybody who has continued to support Still Knick Fans and everything we got going on. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick Fans. We'll be back again, whether it be on Mondays at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly with myself, my brother John, and my brother Jose, or on Saturdays at 11:30, and I can talk y'all off the ledge. You know how I do. And now with the new show, State of the Game, where I get into that Met talk, that Giant talk, and some more, maybe a little bit more exclusive Knick talk. Look for that show. It's not going to drop every week, but it will. I'll drop it when I got something to talk about, or if I have a special guest that I want to be able to showcase and highlight. I'll definitely, let you guys know in advance. I really messed up.
Nice.
This would have been a great week to do a Met show, because the All-Star game and all that stuff is happening now, and the Mets don't play until I think Thursday. So I could have had a nice show on Wednesday, but I couldn't set it up right. I wanted to get somebody in, but I couldn't get them. So we'll see. Maybe some other time. But anyway,
yes.
Once again, thank you guys for all the support. Please continue to check out and support the Objective Knicks Fan Show with my guy Karan. He is doing really good things. His content is fantastic. He is very, the Objective Knick Fan explains a lot. That's the style of content, and you won't be wrong by checking him out, because you'll feel really good about what you're seeing. The other thing too is he's got a lot going on. He has some really good ideas. His format for doing things is really smart. You can join his Discord. Also, he's got his the website where he puts articles up. He's got a lot of different things that I'm like, sometimes I'm like,
This Week Inside the Knicks. Yes.
This Week Inside the Knicks. I'm like, man, I wish I would have thought of that. I'm like, that's a good idea. So yeah. So
thank you.
Please give him some love and show him some support, man. He's definitely a one-stop shop for a lot of Knick information. So I think you guys will enjoy it. And whatever he don't know, he won't just tell you, hey, this is this and this. He'll look it up. I love stuff like that. That's how you find out and educate yourself as well as others. So basically, guys, thank you once again. Oh, and thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the Giants interview with my guy Anthony from Fireside Giants, check it out. That's not only one of my better interviews, but it's also a really informative interview to talk about the Giants, because I love the stuff that they do. They put a lot of good work and time into their content. So please go show them some love as well. All right, so that's it, guys. Thanks again. Oh, and thank you to everybody once again for all the love. The road to 10K. We're already at 6K. You guys continue to support. I can't tell you enough how much it means to us, man. Thank you for everything, man. JJ, yes, you already know what I'm trying to do. Yes, sir, I am trying, but he's a very busy individual these days. So, and he's got a lot going on. So we'll see. I'm trying. All right. So thanks again, man. Appreciate you guys. Take care. And remember what I always say: the good, the bad, the ups and downs. No matter what, we are still Knick fans. Don't forget, guys. Hey, you also know, I tell you all the time, be good. If you can't be good at it. We out. Laters.
New York Knicks. First. Go Knicks.
We can finally, start playing, man. So much talk this whole summer. It's felt like so long because we've had so much to talk about. At times it was been kind of slow, but we've been talking, right? But we've actually had a really good off season for this New York Knicks team, and it's been very active. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Knicks family, we in the building. I am the Objective Fan from the Objective Knicks Fan channel. And I'm going to give a big salute to Ron and John from Still Knicks Fans.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Knicks family, I'm Stephanie, a.k.a. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. We are still Knicks.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Lady and the Chef from Two Knicks Chicks Podcast. Still a Knicks fan.
What's good, party people in place to be? It's the main man.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve Black 21 at Two Knicks Chicks Podcast, and I'm still a Knicks fan.
Yo, this is your boy Sim from Nothing But Knicks. Through all the struggles, through all the heartache and pain, ladies and gentlemen, I am still a Knicks fan.
Peace, y'all. This is Apollo Reed from the Garden Knicks crew. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm still a Knicks fan.
I'm still here. We're still here. Still Knicks fans. It's a fandom. It's a lifestyle.